Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, boys. Ooh. I like the sound of this.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. You here, buddy?
Travis is like, oh, we can't hear Austin's voice. That's awesome.
Oh, we need Austin. That boy's voice makes me so
All right. So this is like the... Let me stop sweating here.
Yeah, relax. Take it chill. We're in the basement right now.
All right. Here we go, boys. Welcome to like the 4th ever video pod. We're actually in a 6th spot. Mr. Tscheda's.
Shout out Travis Tschida.
Happy to have you here, boys.
This is a sick ass studio, dope place.
Once we get done shooting this podcast, we're gonna drop a whole mixtape because we got a piano, we got studios,
studio rooms behind the cameras right there.
We're not gonna name the location, but we are in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Shout out Maple Grove.
Yeah,
and
happy to have you here, boys. It's a
thanks
pleasure.
for having us. We just watched the fucking Vikes, an epic comeback.
Wow.
I did not want to go into OT, but I'm glad it did, and they won. But I'm more of a hockey person, and it's a lot more exciting, I'd say.
I just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who's watching the videos and everybody who's been helping, who wants to help. It feels good to have those kind of people support us, and we're sitting right next to one right here. We'll get more into that on the pod.
Also, drop a comment, give us some advice. What we're doing wrong, please.
We need all the help we can get. So
if I sound like an idiot,
this is all for you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, Travis Tschida, let's go.
Yeah, let's just dive right into this episode here, boys.
So yeah, let's go.
We like to usually start like upbringing, where you come from, where you live growing up, all that good shit, all your hobbies, where you're growing up, and all that fun shit. Just dive right in.
I grew up in Andover, Minnesota. I went to high school in Andover. Let's see. Through high school, we'll give a little more personal aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up, had my parents together for a while until I was about 8 years old. Divorce went down. Things split up. I got a little dicey. Both parents got remarried. And then...
but you're still cool with both your parents?
Still cool with both the parents. I mean, the step-parents are great. It's just life.
Yeah.
Things happen. You don't get along. You don't get along.
The divorce rate nowadays is insane.
Yeah.
It's up there. My parents never even got married. So.
It's almost normal.
It is.
I was just born. This is how it was. So.
Yep. So then, how that went down, still going to high school. Let's see. Ended up, I went to college in Bemidji State University for 1 semester. That didn't really work out.
Did you play ball up there at all?
I didn't play baseball.
Because weren't you decent at baseball?
I played baseball, yep. It was more of a little league thing with me, I guess.
Normally once you get into high school, it's like, I just want to party.
Yeah, no. No, I was a lefty, and the thing is, when I grew up, I played second base.
Yeah.
So then once I got into high school, the coaches were like, no, there's no way we're going to have a lefty at second base. So then they just threw me out in the right, which, hey, whatever. I could have adapted. I could have figured it out, but it wasn't my spot. It wasn't what I grew up with. So honestly, I quit it to decide to go smoke weed and skateboard instead.
Same, bro. I'm on that same wave, dude. I get it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Skateboarding was a dream. You were like, watch this sponsor me, Pit Boys. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm moving to Cali next summer.
But actually,
that was a thought for sure.
our last guest, shout out Eli, also went to Bemidji. How was it going to college there? I don't know if you went there that long, but
oh my goodness, 1 semester, but I got the full swing. I had people that I knew that were older than me, so they were already there, and they had been out of the dorms by then, so they had the houses out in Bemidji, so we had all the party spots.
The house parties ready to go.
We owned them. Yeah. By the way, Bemidji State champion of beer pong.
Hey,
not gonna lie. That's what's up.
You want to check tape?
But that was like the best thing you could do in Bemidji. I swear. I'm a hunter.
We can run one here. I'll put you up to the test.
All right, let's go.
Have a little pong party here.
We got bong balls. We got a ping pong table upstairs. I'm ready to go.
This apartment complex has everything.
This shit is actually like, I've seen some nice places, but like never this nice.
Yeah. Like that's what I was saying. Like I went and toured 610 because I almost live there, which it's kind of similar. but I like it better here, honestly.
This has the right environment. Like the things that are around is like people allow you to use these things and be loud and
no
like,
one's down
accept
here.
You know,
no one's using this
literally
right now
like
at all.
you're supposed to use these things. And all those other apartment complexes, it feels like you're being in the way because it's all in the common areas. Right when people walk into the front doors, there's your fucking community area and it's loud as fuck, dude. Yeah.
So,
you know,
so then
you don't want that where you're living.
No.
You go to Bemidji and then
So I go to Bemidji, and I'm an outdoorsman. I like to hunt and fish, so that kind of fit the bill and why I went there. It was really
Definitely
a last
Bemidji
minute
type
decision
vibe,
to go to college in the first place. Anyways, that was never really my plan. I've always been a business oriented type of guy, so I figured, all right, whatever. Going to Andover, you're kind of a little bit pressured.
You also
go to college.
You basically had Uber before Uber was Uber.
Exactly. Yeah.
This man had a
Cheetah's
sober
safe
cab.
Ride home.
No way.
For
real?
Your brother worked for me, Tyler. Swear to God.
And Jessel.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, man, it's been an
I hate to name
entrepreneur.
drop it.
Yep. So I had buddies from high school that worked with me or whatever. But what we did,
I never
before
knew
Uber
this.
became a thing, I started this Safe Ride Home company where you could go to the bar and pick them up and bring their cars home.
Oh,
and I found out about
fire.
this because my mom worked at Tanner's before Willie's was before
Tanner's
yeah,
was Willie's.
my mom used to pull tabs there, so I think she got some rides home from you guys. Hopefully not in a dirty way.
He does hot mom.
There may or may not have been a couple of those.
Wow.
I will not
Love you,
admit.
Mom.
Me too.
Weak.
I'm about to walk off this interview.
I hope so. This content. Get out of here.
But yeah, no, that was good. We were running that for a while, and we were doing good. Just money to put in the pockets
It's
of
just
high
like
school
a high
kids,
school gig, you know what I mean? Like,
but it could have been something.
and like that
That's
takes a lot
facts.
of
It
like
could have been
creative,
Uber.
yeah,
takes
who
a lot
knows
of,
what it would have turned into.
like
you know?
creativity to even think like that. You know, most people are like, let's just get a job at wherever. No, like you guys created your own business in high school, basically.
I think it was like a lot of pressure too. Like no matter who you brought this idea to is pushing against it. Like it's a bad idea,
dude.
Like for sure.
Uber wasn't even a thing yet.
Nobody wants to believe in big things.
That's why I was saying like
it's so
he created Uber before Uber was even Uber.
It's almost like please just have an open mind, people.
Yeah,
like some ideas are the idea, but with the right names and power behind it could be so much bigger than you
just
imagine.
Because it doesn't sound familiar and you've never heard of it doesn't
Don't
mean
hate
that it's
on
not
it.
gonna work.
Look into it. Like every other music artist, most of them I've hated at first just because I heard their name and I was like, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. Then I hear their music and I'm like, this dude's fire.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. The name don't hit me at all, but
it hits
like
me.
it's got to be.
It's like the title of a book.
It's got to be what's happening with the person that really.
But back to where we were. So you were going to Bemidji, and then
went to Bemidji. I was there for business management or whatever. Maybe I'd learned something from it. I don't know. I wasn't very good at college. I think I showed up to maybe 3 or 4 classes before I
gave the old college try.
To be honest, yeah, my buddy that I was there with was just, you're gonna get up to go to class. No, not today.
Not today, sir.
That happens. I was kind of the same way.
Yeah, but it's all right. And you know what? Maybe I could have been a little more motivated at the time. But the thing is, where I was in my life, I didn't even really want to be there in the first place. It was just
you don't know what to do at that age.
That's the first step when you leave home. You know, that was the most exciting part of it.
Just to get out.
I could just be away, and that's the first step to like exploring yourself and really finding yourself. And
I wouldn't be too hung up on some things that didn't work out because it's probably for the best in most cases.
No, and I look at it, I built amazing relationships with good people.
There you go.
That time. That's seriously
key, dude. Networking is so key.
That's what made it a success. Whether I got a degree or not, that's what I built, and I moved on. I learned, just
right. As long as you can take something from it.
So you attempted college.
Attempted college, didn't work back. Moved back home, or didn't work out. Moved back home, and then what did I do? I started working at a flooring store, which was great. That was one of the momentum swingers in my life, I would say.
Was it like your big boy job type of thing?
Kind of, yeah. So we remodeled Lifetime Fitnesses.
Nice.
And we had the Lifetime contract, so I traveled the entire country.
In Lifetime.
We got to drive by van.
That's good.
On the road, baby.
On the road,
experience.
all the time. So I got to see so many different places, meet so many different people, see different cultures, expand my mind, which
Oh,
was amazing. The job sucked, the pay sucked, but the benefits that came along with it and the fact of what I was seeing and experiencing, that's what paid for
the fact that you can travel, though, it's like, I don't even really, if I can pay enough, if I'm making enough to feed myself and be on the road and see a bunch of shit, meet people, that's awesome.
Yeah, and at that time, I was just still a kid, essentially, so money was money. And
then how long did you do that for?
I did that for probably 2 years. And that was right before I moved to Nashville. I
was going to say,
That was the sporadic hit in Nashville. So that's kind of a wild story.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Was this like your music area?
No, this was more... Music has always been a dream of mine. I've always loved it. Yeah. Never really been that good at it. Or B, took the time.
You're not bad at it.
No, but I never took the time to professionally practice it, to learn things.
So I was just a hobby.
Right. And I was never able to gain that confidence with myself because I know that professionals and the people who go through those courses and things, like they have things they can attach to make themselves better and be confident in themselves. And so, whereas me, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So it just, whatever, the fear of people got into me a little bit.
You're second guessing yourself, type of thing. You're getting in your head too much.
It's almost like... I feel like the music lane is a little hard to get into because there's so much... there's like such an idea of how good you have to be able to step into it, to be qualified as a musician. You know what I mean?
Kind of the aroma of what's going on.
And I'm trying to like set this stigma a little differently. It's like... That's
the word.
It's... I use the analogy like trying to play hockey and be a professional hockey player. People go out and play pond hockey all the time and like they do it for enjoyment. It's fun. People can make music and like record songs and do it for fun without the idea of being a superstar.
That's a great point, dude. Like people like get away from, we're not just doing this for fun anymore. We have to do it because we want to be like pro. And it's like, no, dude, you started doing it because you want to have fun, right? Like,
coming from somebody who's made music, like I've definitely gotten that mindset where I was like, I can't make music unless I do it professionally, and I need people to accept me, see like I'm actually valid in this line of work.
Right.
And now I don't see that at all. No. It's like I make music for myself. I've always done it. I've never put shit out, and it always felt like I was trying to meet standards the whole time. Yeah. And now it's like the only standard I have is as long as I'm willing to put it out.
See, when you are doing things because you give a fuck what other people think, it doesn't manifest. It doesn't grow. It's not a thing. You got to find it inside you. It's got to be in your heart.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be all about it, not just for the clout and the fame or whatever.
Right.
And that's something that takes time to learn. Honestly, honestly, we made all those mistakes.
Yeah, you don't know if you like something unless you try it. And I've given my all into everything, and it makes me feel like such a failure because of it. But honestly, like looking back on it, it feels like the right choices were made because like I know I tried my hardest and I failed at that thing. It's just not the right time.
It's learning.
See, I don't like the word failure. I like learning to win.
Yeah, that's all good. That it is. I like failure because failure's common in all aspects of everybody's life.
It's just a learning lesson. People can take failure as defeat. It's not. Yeah. It's a lesson to how to get to the next step.
I enjoy the failure word because it makes my failures make me feel like I'm succeeding.
I would say mistake.
We're on the same philosophy.
Yes, mine is.
I like mistake. Mistake equals lesson learned.
Yep.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're all on the same.
Just a little bit different words. But so let's dive into Nashville. So, how old were you when you moved down there?
I think I was 20 years old when I moved to Nashville.
Not even 21 yet.
Not even 21. I did have a fake ID though. I did have the fake ID.
My man.
But that eventually didn't work at one point because the ID said I was 6'2".
Hey,
that ain't the case. I remember going to the liquor stores. I had my boots on with my insoles, trying to stand on my tippy toes up off of that when I'm at the register trying to buy the liquor for the boys. And hey, it worked for a good while. But anyways, that wasn't the goal.
If you're within 6 inches, man, people can't tell.
No, I'm saying whatever. Blonde hair, I got brown. 6'2", I'm 5'10". Yeah,
little slut.
Still worked.
But
So that gives you hope out there with shitty fake IDs.
So what were you doing when you like? Did you just like like send it down there? Or did you have like a gig lined up or something?
So this was really random. I took a shot. I had a buddy of mine that I wasn't even. He's a buddy now. I never really had an acquaintance with him beforehand. I just knew him from high school. For some reason, I was at the church disc golf course.
My man,
out of the church,
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
And
that course.
I got a call from my buddy, and he's talking to me about Nashville and whatever, and he's down there with another guy who's a buddy of mine that I had no idea who he was.
Right.
And I have no idea how this conversation honestly even come into play, but he's ended up saying like, hey, you want to move down here? I'm not kidding you. This was on a Thursday. Well, the guy didn't even really know. And I said, all right, I'm doing it. I packed up my bags. I quit my job the next day on Friday. And then I packed up my truck, moved down there on Sunday.
Taking that leap of faith, baby.
Quick.
Let's go.
That's what I did.
Homeboy's got the word faith tattooed on him. So
You got to have faith.
Exactly.
And that jump that I made ended up giving me the biggest pinnacle of my life that I still question and still ponder on. But there was so much spirituality and so many things that happened that just opened up my mind that I am so grateful for.
That I honestly like that leap of faith motivates me. Like the fact that you did that. Yeah. Just like not even knowing what the fuck's gonna happen. Like that's awesome.
That's
honestly.
the beauty of risk.
Fucking risks.
Exactly. Risks are key. So I went down there and I didn't really 100% know what I wanted to do just at that time. Like I knew I was different. I wanted to do something pretty special. And at that time I had a lot of backing, like family and friends and people that were all cheering for me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Which was really cool.
Which is great.
And it's very ego lifting is what it ended up being, and that's something that I've tried to lose over the years,
Sometimes you get too cocky from that, you know what I mean?
But at the time, I'm always super grateful of everything that's around me and my situations. And going down there, it was cool to have that support. I don't think that I was losing it, but I think if I was given that fame and everything right then and there without learning what I have now,
it would have been bad.
It wouldn't have been good.
I feel it.
No,
I feel it.
You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the person that I become, and I'm grateful for not having the opportunities that I wish I could have had. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah. Time.
Who knows? You could be deader now.
Like time definitely is a factor in your opportunities, but don't let time be a factor in your success.
That's why all these kids, all these like kid actors that grow up, they come fucked up because they don't know what to do with all that. Like,
it's too much. Like you gotta if you can't breathe when you're that young, like yes, take that risk that you took, but as long as you got the support that you said you have, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But then there's also that factor of like, do I believe in myself?
And that's also weight. Also, that support is also weight.
You can't even
go. True.
That's, probably can't even go on a playground
where do you feel like you have enough in yourself to back their support almost? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Because if I fail myself or like if I don't make something of myself out here, I'm failing all of them.
Yeah. But that's why I love being single though, because like if I fail or make a mistake, I only get to let myself down. Like,
now you gotta let me down.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I guess I am in like a relationship. Yeah, this is a two-way thing here on this podcast.
And I'm in this now too. You got some weight, boy.
Yes, sir.
It's good weight. So, it's good weight.
You're down in Nashville. You take that leap of faith. You're with like a homie that you kind of know from high school.
Yeah, I am crazy blessed. I need to come out with this. Like, I don't know what it is or what's with me, but I've always been like a man of spiritual connection, and I've tried. 100%. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a good talker, dude. We've had really good talks.
Can I ask, like, what kind of spiritual connection? Is it like a religion one?
For me, I call it God.
Okay.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't attach it to a religion. I think it's the same as if anyone calls it the sky, or if they call it
like I would
whatever.
Say,
you know what I mean?
I say a higher power. So it's basically the same thing you're saying.
Thing. I mean, I got the show sitting here right now, and that to me is God. You know what I mean?
Makes me
the things. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
Wait, I actually have said this on the last podcast. I believe that everybody is God.
I'm on.
You are your own God.
100%.
That's true.
I think we have our own connections, and when we pray to God, that's like in my mindset.
Deeper.
That's
deeper than that.
Whoa, we're gonna
like
open
that's just the skim of what I'm saying. Is like I believe everybody is a God in their own way because you can create life. Yeah. You can end life. I can create life. I can end life. that is like the definition of God. Am I wrong?
I can end your life.
You know what I'm saying?
Mamba mentality.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Hopefully, it never leads to that.
So
all
you
about-
create your own world. Famous
Right.
words by Mac Miller. Life
Shout
is
out.
just a life is just a dream. Turn it to reality.
my man,
You
No matter
are-
where life takes
You are
me.
in control of your
you
life and
finally
your
with a
thoughts.
smile.
Never thought like
Your
weed
ways.
is sweet.
It
Got
manifests.
me
So it's
cheese
important.
cheek to cheek.
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
Hey, shout out,
But
Mac.
all right, so
Yeah.
so back to what we were talking about though. Like, so you moved down to Nashville
Move down to Nashville.
with a homie acquaintance from high school,
Took the leap of faith.
and
Yeah.
then what happens? Like,
And then, so I got lucky because a lot of times it's not what you know, it's who you know.
right?
That is a real thing. And we had a good family friend of ours down there that ran a My Stargo app. He also was very connected with the music and filming industry down there in Nashville. So I got connected with him and then got put forth into these acting auditions, which at the time, the show Nashville on ABC was going down.
Dude, that
in Nashville.
that redheaded girl that's in there, she's in
Yeah,
Friday
with
Night
Connie
Lights.
Britton.
Didn't you get to meet her?
Yeah. Yes. I did meet her. Yes.
She's the hottest
She
older
is.
lady redhead that I've.
She is cool. Yes. And
Shout out to
then,
her.
and two, have you guys
Shout
ever
out
seen
moms.
God, what's that new show about the kids on the coast and finding all that gold? It's on Netflix.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Yeah.
So the dad on that, he's also on Nashville. The
The
dark-haired
rich,
dad.
the rich
rich
dad.
dad.
Yeah. Yep.
He is fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
I talked to him in between sets. He fishes Mille Lacs up here in
For sure.
Minnesota. Like he's legit.
Before we get into it too, but like, how did this even come about?
So
like,
how that came about was the very first episode I ever went to do. So I'm saying I met this guy, got hooked up onto auditions. The show Nashville was going on, and then I ended up going to be an extra. And that was my first thing I ever did. This is a week after I moved down to Nashville.
and have you ever had any acting experience
None
at all? Like,
whatsoever.
just
No.
off the cut, like, let's go.
Nervous as all
Let
could
this
be.
be like a lesson for everybody out there. Just
Yeah.
take the jump.
But I
Yes.
just sent it. It was exactly. It was the jump. But
Full send.
Facts.
I don't know if it's just like, I don't get it. If there's a special blessing, like on me, seriously, because I'm going to tell you something right now. Because that first episode, I got you. That first episode, we were doing a scene in the set of the Bluebird Cafe, which wasn't actually the Bluebird Cafe, which is like where all the famous songwriters go in Nashville, and they all just do little round circles and sing and whatever. Doing a set on there, and I was sitting on the corner in a table just being an extra to that Deacon. His name was Deacon in the show. That's that dad from Outer Banks. Yep, he was singing on stage. And I was sitting in the back corner, and I went to go to the bathroom. And they waited until I went back, and the director, Fernando, waited for me to get back to say he needed Travis to do this extra scene with the
My
mayor
man.
in the show, where I grabbed his shoulder, turned him around, shook his hand, said some words, and did a set on literally at the bar with, I'm going to call him Deacon. I don't know his real name, but that's that dad from Outer
Dude,
Banks.
it's like some Matthew McConaughey shit. We'll get into it after you're done with the conversation.
All
but-
right. Yeah. But not, well, I lost my train of thought.
You
Now, so
made
you're going to
it.
have to go into that.
Well, no,
He made
so
it.
so McConaughey,
That's all I gotta say. He made it, boys.
McConaughey's first. So like I read,
Sitting next to a superstar.
I read,
No.
so I read McConaughey's bio. Right, his first movie ever was Dazed and Confused. They found him, the director, like we were just saying, was at a bar, I think in Texas, where they shot it, and McConaughey was just at the bar, and they I think just got to talking. He was like, I think you would be perfect for this part, just because he was out at the bar and just like caught a vibe.
Yeah.
And then
That happens.
fucking
It's real.
25 plus years later,
yeah,
McConaughey's
yeah.
one of the biggest actors in the world.
Facts.
So.
Like, there's a lot of like extras that do not fit the extra part. Like,
Right.
it's just like you ain't doing your job good enough. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but
Gotta be
like
good.
some people are
Mhm.
meant to be stars,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm sitting next to one.
So,
And
so
stemming on from that, so that's how it started. That was my very first episode, a week after I moved down. So I was thrown right into the pit. Like, whoa.
now you're like really like grinding away.
Like,
You're
this
like,
could,
oh,
something
shit.
could happen here because I got
Right, yeah.
attention and things were just flowing, you know, when
You're
things
on a
feel like
wave.
they're in line.
Once you
It's
got
just
that
happening.
momentum,
Oh, dude.
just keep it going.
Because then we ended up, me and my buddy that I moved down there with went to the actual Bluebird Cafe, and just so happened we couldn't get in at 6:30 because they have two shows at like 6:30 and 8 or something like that.
Mhm.
We couldn't get into 6:30 because it was full, so we got into 8, and then who was singing there was the guy who was featuring on the show, like an actual feature
For
singing
sure.
or whatever. And he ended up talking to me. He's like, "Do you play guitar?" Blah blah blah. That time I was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't."
Hey, bro, you lie on your resume, it gets you some jobs.
Whatever. That was a fake it till you make it. I just got there, you know what I mean? And then, so we got in at 8. Just so happened, I can say this guy. That's Tom Schuyler. He's pretty famous. He's a famous songwriter.
You can name drop that
Nashville.
one.
Shout out.
So we ended up getting into the Bluebird Cafe at 8, and he was playing. And just so happened, the Nashville owner, producer lady was there at the exact same time.
Okay.
So they did a shout out of the scene that we just did, and shouted me out and her and all sorts of things.
That's pretty fire.
That was my first week in Nashville.
You were famous.
That's fucking crazy.
I know, dude. What?
Damn.
I just got here, dude.
I know,
I'm new here. What's up, boys?
I did not expect anything. I went down there with my feet hanging out my truck, not knowing what to expect. You know what I mean? I was just chilling.
Riding that wave,
all that
dude.
happened. So that's a testament to when you feel it and you're on it. Don't let anyone stir you off of it.
And
you follow your focus. Follow that.
On top of that, though, as many failures you probably endeavored that you're not talking about right now during that process.
Oh my God.
Is
my parents
probably
have been
more
so
than what you're
disappointed.
talking about success-wise, correct?
Correct.
So, I just say for everybody out there, just look. Not everything has to be perfect. Just fucking do what you think you need to do.
My parents.
Take the easy small wins and try and turn them into really big ones.
At this point, I just left Bemidji, came back home. I was living at my dad's.
So you're probably down bad. Yeah.
I went and bought it. Went up there to visit Bemidji one weekend, and I went home with a baby duck, and my dad and stepmom woke up to a freaking chirper on the kitchen table.
I would love that.
My dad came down. He's like, "You better get that thing in the garage before your stepmom."
Fucking happy feet right there. Clap, clap.
No, I was just a regular mess up, brother.
A couple months later,
you know what I mean?
On a big show.
Hey.
So how many episodes were you on then?
7 or 8, and it was all during the 3rd season. Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
3rd season in Nashville. Go check my boy out.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Season
hit him in the
3,
DMs.
The big one. Season 3, episode 1. Right at the end when Deacon's singing at the bar. You see me on the back corner.
Did you get more into music when you were down there? Because it's a big music scene.
No, it is, and I love country.
What kind of music?
I grew up with country. I love country,
music?
but I love rap. I love all music.
Yeah. What kind of music do you create?
Do I create? When I try to sing, I like rap and country.
You got that.
I don't think there's really an in between.
I think you got that twang in
a little
your
bit.
voice. Yeah, a little bit.
What one year in Nashville does to you.
You're like a Jelly Roll and Ernest type of vibe. Yeah. Shout out Nashville.
I'll take it.
I can do a little bit of country.
Can you?
Not I can feature on country songs and add the vibe, but I ain't got the twang or the.
You can swing that. All you gotta do is swing on a little corner.
I mean, maybe I could be taught.
I think too.
I think I could be taught. I think I might have the voice. It's just I don't know how to do it.
I think if you're from Minnesota too, even I don't love country, but I grew up in Minnesota, and big part of country I think is lake life. Mm-hmm. So if I'm out on a boat, I can get down to some country all day long.
There's a setting for it.
Drinking beer.
See, that's
my old lady
too,
broke my heart.
I hate country. I'm not a fan of country
we're gonna
at all. But
we'll give them some lake life.
I'm not don't fucking play that shit. I'll listen to it. It's just I can't vibe to it.
I have to. I can get down to certain songs, but if I'm on a boat in the summertime drinking beer, I can get down to pretty much any country song.
Yeah, there's a couple. Mm-hmm. There's a couple that I could see myself
little up
getting
down
lost
with some
to.
Jack,
sipping on pour it
there's
up
the old ones, the old countries that I was listening to with my dad in the car or something.
I can't do a lot of things, but I can fix a drink.
And I got friends in low places.
So then, how long?
She thinks my tractor's sexy. That's the one right there. That's the one and only.
So, how long were you down in Nashville then?
About a year.
Okay.
It wasn't very long, but with everything that went down, it felt like a lifetime.
Oh, I bet.
It really did.
Yeah.
There was a lot that went down that we're not going to be able to cover.
Yeah, we don't have
all
to talk
in here.
about it. But were you guys living in like an apartment then?
We had an apartment down there, yep, which was super dope.
Was it in Nashville or just a little bit outside?
Nope,
Nashville?
just outside. It was in Franklin, which I'll say because that is an amazing town out there. It's part of Williamson County, which is
also you probably don't want to be directly in Nashville, especially at that age and what you were doing. I feel like it'd be a lot.
I think it's a lot to be in like almost any city.
Even in Minneapolis,
city,
I don't think I'd ever want to live
state.
directly in Minneapolis. There's just too much going on.
Yeah,
I'd have no
for
money.
sure.
I mean,
that's what I mean.
I live in Philly and I don't have any money.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
maybe if we grew up different, that would be different. But we
True.
kind of grew up in that suburbia, like a little bit outside of the city.
I've always
you know
been a
what I'm
burb
saying?
guy my
right?
whole
Yeah.
life, so
Which is good. I like that.
I
In
like-
Franklin, it was a different area because Williamson County at that time where we were, I think still, it's the 9th richest nation in the. I don't remember if it was the U.S. or the world, but we're gonna go with U.S. We'll go on
maybe
the
a
smaller
part
side
of the
it.
U.S. or something.
Part in the U.S. Like
Okay.
literally.
Y'all
It
can
is.
fact check us.
Yeah, for sure. Fact check.
We need to
it.
get a guy for that.
It's been said, and this was like what 9 years ago now at this point that I heard this fact. So it
Isn't
might
that
have changed
crazy?
by now? But
Isn't that
is
crazy to
wild.
think?
Almost a decade. Wow. So yeah, we lived out there. We had an apartment, and the cool part was we had this balcony that overlooked. And the cool why I said Franklin and why that's important. For some reason, it felt like that city had a bubble over it. Like if it was raining anywhere else in
It'd be
the entire
sunny.
state, it was sunny and nice in Franklin.
It was like we just
I
got
swear.
good vibes in Franklin.
It was good vibes. There was the most beautiful sunsets every single night. It was
Oh, yeah.
unreal. And we had this balcony that overlooked a huge valley. Just had the sunset right over the top of it. And it was real.
So so year goes by, and then what? So was it just like it's just time to go home, or
Some things happened. Yeah.
we don't need to get
No,
too
I'm
into
not
it,
gonna. But I just had to get my head straight and be around family again and get back to my roots, essentially. And
Right. Maybe
yeah,
like a little starstruck too.
it was a little
kind
spur of the moment. I kind of fucked up, man.
Hey man,
I had
bro.
no, it's all good. Nothing's a mess up. Everything
Yeah,
happens for a
yeah.
reason.
Did
It's
you
fine,
turn
but
21 when you were down there or no?
I turned 21 the day after I moved back.
So as bad as like
Welcome
as sad as it
home,
was, as sad as it was to come home,
And it was
also
dead
like
of
21.
winter. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, this is
yeah.
where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we with that?
So you move back home. You turn 21 the day after you
Turned
come
20,
home,
yeah.
and then like where we go
Oof.
from there.
That was rough. All right. So coming back, like I said, we're not diving into it, but there was some spirituality things that got kicked off in the reason that I moved back. And
I
dealing
think
with
I know
that,
about it a little bit, but
yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna get into it.
I had to go through that, and I'm not kidding. It was dark. It was really dark.
Sometimes you get too spiritual, it gets a little
Yeah.
foggy.
Well, I mean, when you start questioning what the mind can do, and what
This thing is
Whatever.
their biggest muscle
it is,
in your body.
and when you start to understand what it can do in a positive light, you can change the entire world. But in a negative light, that can tear a whole world
I think
apart.
when you're
You know
young,
what I mean?
when you're young,
I
you're just in a
know.
completely different mind frame. Like now I'm 26, I look at things so much differently. Dude.
When I was young, the things that I think now weren't even like a thought in my brain. It wasn't even a process. It wasn't even like a back thought.
Yeah.
The things I'm thinking now are like strictly for myself. Like I'm not thinking about the next party, the next drug, the next anything. I'm thinking about like what can I do to make this world better?
Right.
I think too.
And
Good
inside
growth.
my
Yeah.
head as well.
I think
Like,
back at that age, like I was like, we're gonna party and I'm just gonna end up on my feet, like it's just like a cat, just laying on my feet. all the
There's
time.
no
Which
worries.
I still like have a little bit of that in me, but also like, yeah, but you still have to like make a maneuver to land on your fucking feet. You know
at
what I
that
mean?
in those days and age, we were like banking on going home, banking on we got the school week to
Mom.
come about. We weren't working normal jobs. or
Mom, can you
nothing,
come pick me
know?
up?
So it was just all like it was literally
Yeah.
just shit like that. Now we're a little more on our own,
Yeah.
a little more together,
For sure.
a little,
I actually give a fuck
Built.
about what people.
you know.
I can't just like back at that age. I was like, I wasn't like trying to hurt anybody, but things that I would do, I would not think.
He didn't give a
About the other
fuck.
person.
Yeah.
You're thinking about
Yeah,
yourself.
This man didn't give
I
two
wouldn't.
fucks.
I wouldn't. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this because it's funny and I want to do it, but I wasn't taking into consideration what other people
savage.
were gonna think.
He was
Right.
a savage.
Which that's why I do to still to this day. Like I apologize to some of like my closest friends. Like I'm sorry, bro. And they're like, why?
Yeah,
and I'm
you
like,
were
dude,
kind of a dick,
because I was
brother.
kind of a fucking dick for a while, man.
No,
Like,
I was the same way.
that's
I
why,
get
like,
that.
I hold him to it.
shout out to all my friends. They're still my friends because if I would have been in your position, I probably wouldn't be tight with you
Maybe
anymore.
that's why we didn't talk for a couple years.
I had to chill out. I had to chill out, man.
But yeah,
But you
I
figured
mean,
it out.
That kind
I'm
of brings
proud of you,
back
brother.
even
Thanks, bro.
like even though like we had some falling outs, I don't think
It was never like I hate
nothing
you or
was
anything
personal.
like that.
Nothing was personal. Like it wasn't directed at me. It's more like I don't accept a lot of treatment
you
from
had
certain people.
You had
So,
enough.
Like you literally,
Yeah.
I
And
just
it's-
like almost exited myself out of these stressors in my life,
Yeah.
and he might
Yeah.
have been one of them. No cap.
And the thing is, he didn't have bad intentions.
No,
you know
I
what
really
right.
didn't. I
He
really
just
didn't.
didn't know better.
But I didn't hold
Yeah,
him accountable for like the fact that he was a dickhead or like,
But
I'm not saying that's what he
I
was.
I
I'm
was.
not
Yeah,
saying like,
yeah.
But it's
like,
hard.
But I never put the pressure on him to like he was that.
It's hard to
person,
have
you know
those
It was like
conversations.
the connection was just gone, and if we talked, we talked.
It's hard to have those conversations when you're younger too, and calling people on their bullshit. Which nowadays I appreciate when people call me on my bullshit because I'm like, I might get mad for a second. I might even leave the room because I'm like, fuck, you're so
It's
true
a
right
lot
now,
to take in.
and I hate it. But
now we're best friends.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like I don't say things to make you feel some type of way. I say things because
You're
like
keeping it
I'm
real.
trying to keep you in check to make sure everything that we're doing is proper.
That-
you know, like you're not fucking up.
you're being a proper friend too, like because you want to see your friend be the best they can be. But way off topic
Right.
there for a second. So
I love
No,
it.
that's fine.
that's
so
I-
yeah, it's good. But so you come back home, then what happens?
Come back home. I'm going through the kind of the dark stuff, but
Yeah.
still holding on to the light. You know what I mean? It was really dark, and that's something I want to be open
Yeah,
with everybody about, and myself and my life, because I've always been a dreamer and a huge optimist.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I always have been, but I couldn't help the darkness. You know,
I
like
mean,
it
You had
was
to go
there.
through
You
it.
know,
I had to
You
go
had to go through it.
You know what that means? That little tattoo.
No, I don't. What does that mean?
That's a semicolon.
Mhm.
It's like it's where like a sentence ends, but it doesn't stop.
Is
It's
it
a
a period
pause.
Yeah.
and
So it's
comma?
So it was a
Yeah,
very
so it's
semicolon
almost
time
like,
is what you're getting at.
So the thing about the semicolon is like it's a suicidal thing.
Mhm.
So it's like I got it because I've been in those dark ages. I've tried to end my life before, and so now it's just kind of like a symbol to,
reminder.
like almost like it's almost like if anybody sees it in public, it's like they know,
Right.
like they're accepted, you know,
Yeah.
like shit happens. So
Everyone, none of us know what we're doing here.
Fuck no.
All right. No clue.
But we're still out
We're
here.
young.
man.
We're trying.
Right.
We're learning. You know what I mean? You can't hold anything you did against you, or if you question things about yourself or anything
Right.
and tried whatever. Don't hold it against yourself. You have to go through it to learn. Otherwise, you'll never.
yeah,
know.
allow
what I mean?
yourself to change. Like, okay, so something happened back in the past. Yes, accept the fact that it happened, but understand that you are a person and you can change completely from what the fuck happened.
We
Yeah.
like big mistakes because it learns.
Exactly.
It's a fact that every 7 years our body actually changes matter.
That's
So
a Chinese thing, isn't
That's
it?
That's why
A
it's
Chinese
hard
theory?
to stay in relationships, bro, because you
That's-
change every like
yeah.
5 years. You're not going to be
Yeah.
into the same shit.
But he's
they
right on the
were, like-
7.
yeah,
For sure.
So
Yeah.
there's a cycling, like your actual cells in your body were recycled completely or
Right.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't
then-
quote me on that. You can look it up for yourself.
I might be like,
No, I've heard that recently
Yeah.
too.
I might be
so
jumping
yeah.
super far ahead, but how old were you when you moved to Ramsey and like we were like hanging out kind of again?
Ramsey's far. Let's see.
Oh, I jumped the
When
gun
was
like way
that?
too far.
I think
I mean, we're going from like
I
21
honestly,
to probably. It's cool to jump.
I
Whatever
think
we gotta
this-
do.
just
unless
keep
there's
it
anything
flowing.
important,
Yeah,
unless there's
however it
anything like
flows,
super
yeah.
important in between that, I don't.
I mean, yeah, there is actually.
Then let's get into it.
All right, we'll dive
Dive
into that.
right into that.
So after I moved back and was going through all that stuff, it was just inner demons battling, just things. I
A lot
didn't
of
really know
partying.
what I wanted for myself, but I had all these outer voices in my ear.
Was
you know,
it
that was just
like
what?
the demons were like, were they depression and like self doubt?
So what happened was
or what were you battling?
I think generally we're all born to be good people.
Right.
When we have these thoughts, it does depress us,
For
when
sure.
we're going through these times. And those demons gave me thoughts when I came back, and they were like, hey, what if, because I was going through, like I was talking about earlier, what is the mind capable of?
Right.
Type of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's like, is my mind capable of snapping and wanting to commit suicide? Is my mind capable of snapping? You know what I mean?
I think most people have some kind of a suicidal thought.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And there was a
You're
lot
a liar
of things.
if you have.
So having those thoughts, they would come into my brain. Every time I started to feel good, because I was feeling good, it would cause my brain to like trigger itself. Hey, you could start feeling bad right now. You know what I mean? And thinking
I might be wrong
stuff.
too, but also I feel like you're in Nashville, you're just on a big TV show, and you come back and you're like, fuck, like I'm back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like
I
you're like
lost the dream.
I feel like you're riding a big high, and then
it
didn't work out. So it's like, and then now you're back home, and it's like,
and it all happened in a flash. I had a girlfriend down there.
That's tough. Like,
it was amazing, and I just left her. Like after what went down, it was so serious. I like blacked out and left and came back home. Like I don't even remember doing anything. Like I just
shout out her.
remember kissing her on the car and said I had to leave, and I didn't even realize it until I was like home a week later. I was like, holy shit.
You're very in your head.
No, dude, I totally
exactly.
feel you. I feel you 100%. Like I feel like I'm kind of going through that right now. Like or in the past couple months. It's like this podcast and what I want to do with my life, I have non-stopping like taking risks to pursue this thing. And I'm leaving people behind that
that's so good.
Were like I'm leaving people behind that I think were a big part of my life. It's just the fact that like they weren't helping me in the way that
they're not making you progress.
I want to,
helping
you know, like it's not like they're dragging me down. They're not a bad person.
They are.
They're
a little bit. Yeah.
It's more of the fact that I'm making the choice to be with that person instead of pursue what I want to do. So that person becomes the big main focus for me.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time splitting up my time between what I want to do in life and like having a main person.
The worst is like when you leave people behind like that is like they're a good person and they're doing probably super well, but when we hang out, it's like we're just partying, we're not getting anything done. It's like you're doing super well, but I'm not. So
I want more for myself.
You're kind of anchoring me a little bit.
So what you're saying is like their main focus is their work life, and they got their daily duties done in
but
their
they love
work
to party
life.
with me.
But they love
like to
to
have a
party,
good time.
so they're having a good time while you worked your work life, but you also have something else going on after it that you're not fully you're not fully like acceptable. Like I'm succeeding in this area. So it's I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like to the point where it's like I got big plans on Sunday and I went out and partied with this person all night long, and now I want to just cancel my plans because I feel like shit.
It's kind of like one of those little time measure vases or whatever with the sand in it.
Fuck.
What do you
We're all blanking on this.
Fuck, dude.
I
know
what you were talking. We know what we're talking about. It looks like two upside down Hershey's Kisses,
dude.
We're all blanking. We're all blanking right now.
But no, anyways, my point of it being is there are friendships, there are relationships in life that are meant for a certain period of time. They're not meant to be forever. And I think that's where people get the most held up in relationships in general, and why things become so toxic between people. It's because they push it after the sand runs out. You know what I mean?
You're trying to force something that's
try to hang on to it, and that's when the toxicity starts.
That's also why, like, when people are like, "Why don't you hang out with this person?" Where I'm like, dude, I have nothing bad to say about them. I'm happy for them. It wasn't working out. I would like to start hanging out with them again, but it's hard to go back.
Can I say to everybody, like, if you have a lot of friends and then you don't have a lot of friends, or there's a lot of people that you're keeping up with, and I truly think the people who expect more from their friends and their group of people around them do not love themselves. I'm sorry, that's a little harsh, but you're feeding off of everybody else around you to give you the accepting thing.
You're looking for outside satisfaction.
Low key,
yeah.
I suffer from that, like 100%. It's hard. It's
and
so hard for me to be alone, dude.
I did forever. Alone sucks.
And I'm not talking about.
I love it.
I'm
starting to. I've been on this journey the last couple of weeks here. Me.
Like, I didn't even see that yet. Yes. I'm gonna slap that later. But like, it's like
that's my whole thing. Is
my brother.
Like myself.
And I'm not talking about like just like being single. I'm talking about like just me being alone. And then I also like suffer from like having really bad FOMO. So if I see like a big group of my friends, and I have so many groups of friends, and I like see them having a good time, I'm like, yo, like
I feel it.
Like come through. Like,
I know what you're saying, but I learned to not care because like I am within myself, my own excitement, my own happiness, and nobody else can drive me away from that.
But you know what the worst part is though? If I go to this function, I might meet some awesome person that can come on our podcast. That's also the other thing where I'm torn about.
But this is a new thought now.
Yeah,
because this podcast is new.
This is new.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's that's
a good.
I'm out here trying to recruit.
But what were you in fear of missing out before this podcast?
Right,
just being the life of the party,
a little bit.
Or what? Yeah.
Or
being there to make the stories, make yourself known, let the girls see you, like, hey, what's up? Like, get that confidence builder.
Another thing is too is just
that ego boost.
I mean, dude, I was tied down for like 5 years, so like, I think part of it is like I miss the before I was in a relationship, I was insane, like crazy party boy.
Yeah, everyone was wild.
A lot of people like, dude, like I would like not trying to sound like a douche, but like I would walk into parties and be like, yeah, this is me, and they're like, oh, dude, I've heard of you. I've seen you, like, and I'm like, I've never met you ever in my life.
I mean, no cat. We were them wild boys. We were on social media trying to start something.
Ass pick of the week.
Like we were doing our thing for a long time.
Yes, sir.
So, like, I'd say not a lot of it is on record though, because it doesn't need to be.
Right. We don't need to get too into it. Also, shout out to all the visitors. We've had like 3 groups of visitors like come by the window.
Follow us.
But
yeah.
So you move back home.
That's a good cut spot right there because I got a pit.
Yeah, me too.
Take
perfect.
I'm just gonna sit here and play the piano with AP.
All right. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna go.
Do it. We're flowing. We're gonna keep flowing here in a second. So get back home from Nashville, and you're going down a dark path.
Yep, going down a dark path.
What are you doing for work at that point?
Right when I got back.
A little bit of everything.
Well, I
don't even remember.
I think we can just skip timelines and let's just talk about your business started.
Sure. We can go past that. Yeah, let's go to the business because that's a pretty, I don't know, that was a wild story too. Because like it goes into meaning of when you think like the world's ending, good things can come out of that. You know what I mean? You think of your world that's ending, a big catastrophic event. So for me, what I got into was masonry, and I was doing that for years, and that's actually what I did after I got back. It was masonry. So I was doing grinding, mortar work, bricks.
Was it your company that you started for masonry, or are you working for someone at this point?
I worked for someone. I worked for 2 different companies in like, I don't know, 5 years or whatever it was. And then COVID hit. So in masonry with concrete, you have a layoff season in the summer, or in the winter, sorry. So we had the layoff season, and then coming back into the season with COVID and the shutdowns and everything in the cities, we did a lot of work in the cities. We weren't getting back to work as soon as we wanted to, and I wasn't collecting unemployment or anything like that at the time, so I needed a way to make money.
Yeah.
So then there was a post on Facebook that somebody that I knew from the softball community posted needing his patio done. And I knew it was like poured concrete, so it was more in my alley. But a buddy of mine also posted on that post, or commented on that post, because he thought it was more of a landscaping pavers type situation. So then we just kind of reconnected through that post, like sent a message between each other, and we both needed ways to make money. So then he said, my dad has a stump grinder, you know, we can go around, grind stumps.
Make
like,
some money.
You know what, why not? We ended up going out one day, made like over $1,500 in one day to stand behind a stump grinder. All we had to go do is knock on doors.
Right.
Exactly. And we're like, okay, this could,
at least for me,
this could work. This could make money. So we kept doing it day after day, and it only took a couple of days, honestly, before we had a customer that said, hey, could you guys take down our tree? fake it till you make it, right? We're like, hey, yeah, we could take down your tree.
We're taking down trees, boys.
Yeah. So we did it, and it worked. We didn't damage anything. Don't worry. We're good. We took down the tree and then realized how much money was in that. And we're like, holy crap.
This man went from grinding stumps to cutting full
within
trees
a week.
down.
Within a week. I was climbing
crazy.
100 feet in a tree. My biggest fear in the world is heights, and I'm a tree climber.
Isn't that kind of... I feel that too, because I was in the roofing side business for a long time, which, like, heights scare me, but also, like, I, like, love riding, like, roller coasters and shit like that, which is... It's funny though, because I will not go on a power tower, but I'll go on any kind of roller coaster.
Power tower sketchy.
I just don't like the fact that you go all the way up. It's just straight, and you're just seeing it.
Then you just drop.
And you just drop. Like you're free.
Hopefully those cables
falling.
catch.
For me, it's that steel venom when they have you like facing down and it just jams you, stops you.
It stops you up top.
Dude.
I don't think I've experienced
I have
that.
a crazy story about that too in high school.
I'm not a
Maybe
big fan of that stuff. This is I hate.
I was fine with it until there was a time we went there.
I'm living, but those man-made fucking things have a lot of failures, and I am not willing to be one of those.
You ready for this story?
Are
you ready for this story? Because that's why I don't like them so much anymore.
My bad.
We went on a high school. You're good. We went there on a high school trip once, and the steel venom was shut down while we were there because the electronic latches or whatever came loose on the thing, and the only thing holding it together was that one seatbelt in between your legs while that kid was riding it.
Man.
So they had to shut it down for a couple hours. We didn't know if it was shut down the whole time or whatever. It ended up being a couple hours, and then we went on the ride after it was open again, and I was sitting in it. And then everyone got their normal little double checks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They came to mine. They had like 3 techs on it. They took the back of my seat off, was checking stuff, this and that. So I knew right at that moment. I was in that seat. I was in that seat.
Yeah.
Like,
bro.
no, dude. And that thing, you're stopping like upside down into the ground, like, pow, and just thinking that this thing is going to come off just like that kid's the whole time. So ever since then, I was just like, you know what? I'm good. Yeah.
I honestly don't think the excitement of a roller coaster is worth the risk. I'd rather go in a fucking airplane and feel those G's, like feel the actual G forces. I would way rather do that than go on a roller coaster. Big
I'll give that
facts.
to you.
I trust a pilot more than a fucking mechanical device. Like, even though the pilot is running a mechanical device, I trust my pilot to even land me safely. Like, that's
100%.
a roller coaster don't have
Somebody
those
should look up these stats on this.
safety things, you know. Roller coasters have minimal, they have the seat belts and the fact that they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and they got some kid that makes $12 an hour running the machine down there. No, he's stoned as hell.
Man's got the he's got the weed pen in his pocket right there too. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you want to hit my vape? I found this one on the tracks 10 minutes ago.
Like, some kid complained their buckle came loose.
DMT pen.
Right. Yeah, those DMT pens are out there, baby.
Oh, I've seen him go to a couple festivals.
But yeah, so the business heights things, that's where we were at before we dove into that. So yeah, we're like, yeah, we could climb your trees. And then before we knew it, we had a full-blown business because I was hardcore with it.
And this is the one that's still going?
Still going to this day. But now I run it to myself. I had a partner at the time, but
we independent as fuck.
Yeah, that faded. Now we're independent. Still friends with them to this day, but this didn't work out.
Comes down to business, man.
Yeah, no.
You gotta do like, if it looks like a better situation, go out and do it by yourself.
Sometimes people don't have the means to do what you're willing to do as well. Like,
you don't see eye to eye on things.
They might not have seen the business as big as you thought it could be.
No, and I appreciate him to the end of the world. He was
not discrediting him at all.
I will never find a guy that I could work with as good as him. I honestly will say that.
Shout out.
No, for real.
But even in those scenarios, doesn't mean it's going to work out.
But sometimes, it doesn't work out. And you know what? He ended up having
just like me and Hoodie, we're about to fight after this.
What to have a Royal Rumble.
And the thing about this
keep the cameras on.
The thing about this too is it was a risk. Like, we didn't have a guaranteed paycheck every week. So at the end of the day, he had to take care of his family, make sure he was getting his weekly paycheck, which I completely respect, completely understand. That's just not for me. I had to keep the business going.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely had to. And I did. And over that time, man, that was the toughest thing I ever been through because that's when I started having my kids. Yeah. So I'm going through this battle and, trying to keep the business alive, flow every single day. And when you're running a business, I mean, it takes 100% focus and communication with customers. And you got to keep that ball rolling. You got to keep that flow going. Mm-hmm. And once that stops, it stops. And it's like starting a business all over again. So at that time, the girl that I was with ended up getting pregnant. So that's kind of a wild story too. If we want to talk about that.
Let's get into it. Talk about dad life.
Because that was a toxic relationship. It sucks. And
I feel like a lot of them are.
But that was the first love of my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what
really?
I wanted.
How old were
you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I was 24.
And that was your first real
first real relationship.
Hey, I think mine was last year, and I'm 25.
Yeah. I'm not talking shit. I'm just like, for people not like us that are pretty normies, sorry to talk shit about y'all, but they experienced that at like 16, 17.
Yeah, because there's some hoes.
Because y'all are basic. Nah, I didn't experience it till like probably 21, 22.
Yeah. So 24, I started that. And
then your girl's pregnant.
That's gonna be a cut right there. But anyways,
but so your girl
I lost track of where we were at.
You're running a business. Your girl gets pregnant.
My girl. Yep. All right, give me a sec. Let me catch it.
Old girl.
That's all good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh yeah, the funny story was how she got pregnant.
You fucked her.
I did. we had sex.
You did?
Actually, that's kind of funny because I had one girl at one time who I got questioned by a friend of mine. He called and he said, "Hey, are you sure you didn't have semen on your finger?"
Dude,
there's one girl I fingered.
This does happen though.
What? And she came to me for like weeks. Was just
this does happen.
Thought she was pregnant.
Off of your finger?
Off of my finger.
My man's got the juice.
You can get a girl pregnant.
Away from me.
You can get a girl pregnant just from which I don't think I ever get.
Well, yeah, but at least there's some insert. It's not just
before
a finger.
I insert it.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much you're jerking off. Like you probably. I just had a scare like 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, I know for a fact I didn't bust on that girl. I didn't. She was just really late, and then she found out that she got her period, and then she didn't tell me for like 5 days, and I was like, nice,
my girl.
You know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I still fuck with you.
Shout out.
I do like you, but that was scary.
That's one of the worst feelings ever. No cap.
I got no money for.
I had a pregnancy scare with somebody that I would like to have a pregnancy scare with. And it still sucked.
Because you were kind of hoping there for a minute.
No, it's more like I could see it in the future. It's just not the right time.
Okay.
Never is.
That is
right?
true.
Hey, wait. Yeah, I've actually had a thought about this. It's like, I truly don't believe that anybody who is under the age of 25, I don't think anybody is fully ready to have a child mentally, financially, and physically.
This is true, but
I'd even say
I would even
30,
say,
to be honest.
but what I'm saying is
seriously,
I gave them a little bit.
Even if you're financially stable, I still don't think you're ever gonna be mentally prepared to have a kid ever, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, is are you ever going to be mentally prepared to have a young
ever?
Because right now, the way I'm trying to set myself up is I want to be financially and mentally stable as far as I love myself. Yeah. I want to be here to support this kid.
I want one kid, maybe two.
There's one part of me too that's just we're humans. All right, no matter what situation we put ourselves into, we're born to adapt and evolve. So whether we think we're
and
ready
produce,
or not, you put yourself in that situation, you are going to figure it out.
Yeah,
you're gonna adapt. You're gonna
true.
Evolve. It's
maybe it's just something I can't comprehend. So
you can comprehend it.
I can't comprehend it because I haven't actually had a child to be well, maybe I can do this,
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if I had a child, I wouldn't doubt that it would have the best life I could give it.
Yeah.
Huge flip of categories, but let's get into the frothing stuff. When did you start frothing? When did this? I mean, obviously, if you're from Andover, I mean, probably from most cities in Elk Hempin, but I grew up frolfing. That's
Shout out
that's what we did after high
Disc
school.
Boys
Like
on
you go to
TikTok.
school and you go to Bunker or the church or 513 or whatever the fuck, or if you got a couple extra bucks or you just want to sneak on to fucking Blue Ribbon.
Hey.
Shout out Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, I actually talked to them about that actually.
So frolfing.
About sneaking on.
Oof.
We're getting into it.
So that started. It wasn't really a big thing. It was
It is
frolfing,
now.
like the way that you're saying it. You know, like right now it's disc golf. Back then it was frolfing.
Yeah.
So we were in
It's
high
still
school.
frolf to me.
Yeah.
I'll fight people on that. I will fight you. It's easier to say. It's funner to say. Fuck disc golf.
It's too professional.
They're gonna hate me for that.
Yeah,
Nah.
they are. I even
They're
kind of
gonna
hate you a
hate
little
me.
bit for that. A little bit of judgment.
Hey, but I still got my PDGA
Hey.
number. Let's
Yeah,
go, baby.
That's
Yeah.
why he's amateur. You're like almost pro.
Yeah, just small sponsors.
Wow.
Nothing huge.
You
I
said
don't
it
wanna-
earlier. You said it earlier before you
Yeah,
even
but
got
now
here.
it's coming out of your mouth. It hurts.
See how it feels?
Jeez,
Fuck me, then I guess.
I'd be down.
Settle down. Do you need to go in the studio and cool off? You can.
No, it's probably hotter in there. I'm sweating
Probably.
balls right now. Dude. I'm wet.
The drugs are hitting.
But yeah, back to froth.
Yeah,
I wish
sorry,
they were
sorry.
hitting.
So froth. No, it was a high school thing. It was fun. I remember carrying around my little Surge SS, my one days, flicking it around the woods, getting stoned all day long, walking
Katana.
through. I don't even like smoking weed, but I fucking did.
I
I-
feel it. I feel that to this day. To this day.
I still do. Why?
Dude, low key,
I don't know.
as of recently, I love it.
Yeah, that's weird because Hoodie was always like not the one to try to smoke, and now he's the one who's trying to smoke, and I'm like the
Dude.
one who's like,
So just flip.
It makes me not want to go and do dumb shit. And this makes me want to sit at home and drink beer, maybe, if that, eat a bunch of food, which I'm skinny and I need to eat food, and not leave my apartment and go spend money.
how
That doesn't seem
when did you start taking frolfing seriously?
Disc golfing. Disking.
I have no words for this.
Frisbee. Frolfing. Scrolfing.
All right, but
Alright.
I can't
Alright.
make fun of it because my TikTok name on TikTok is called the Disc Boys. So
Ooh,
like,
alright. See, that's a sign.
I'm a little
disc golf right
controversial
there.
here.
Yeah. Chewing his own ass.
Facts.
No.
La, 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 la. Let me have it, boys.
No, I've always been a guy who had to have something to chase. You know, some
Tail.
goal, something. Definitely tail.
Well, so you're really big into
Yeah.
softball.
That's
too.
why Andover doesn't like me very much anymore. But
Andover hates me, but they low key love me.
hey, what's up, Andover?
Because you
We're
keep
here now.
bending them over and over and over again.
Yeah,
And their mom.
whatever.
We are
It's just a
moms.
penis. Get over it.
But no, seriously, like when did you get serious about frolfing?
I got serious. When I was like, not until late. So it was after I came back from Nashville, and then I started to manage the Vision Quest disc golf course.
Hey,
So that
shout
was,
out.
which was also
Where's that?
It's a top 10. It's a top 10 course in the world.
I'm
I
not
was a VIP player there. They were willing to sponsor me. You don't know about this.
No, I didn't.
Nope, because
Like,
it
on
was-
Well, you were almost pro then too.
I was close.
He was
Actually.
almost not
no,
amateur.
No cap.
Almost
no
not
cap.
amateur.
Like before,
That's
before-
a hashtag.
before I was even a membership in the PDGA, like I already had Vision Quest. They're like, I had VIP membership there for free, so I was like getting my friends in for half price, and then I live literally 2 minutes down the road, so
I remember. Yeah.
I was doing that almost every day because I had a D-dub actually, and that was kind of like my outlet is
Mhm.
frolfing or disc golf.
Yeah, and it was right
And-
next to you, a top
yeah,
10 course
so-
in the entire country. Like
Yep,
that's
Yeah, and it was fire because I'd go there right in the morning and I'm chilling there with homeboy and I'd actually like watch the shop when he's like, I'm gonna run to the house quick. You want to hold it down? Like I was just chilling there having a good
Was that
time.
the same guy that did the lawn care and everything
Guy?
around there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a guy? Yeah.
Guy?
Long hair, ponytail.
His name was Guy.
Yeah, guy. I know him.
Guy.
Yeah. He was from like Alabama or something.
Yep, and he the reason why he ran it is because he had relations with the daughter of
Yeah.
the owner.
Yeah.
So that's kind of who I got cool with, and like with the owner, obviously,
Yeah.
still come around and stuff. But this was 4 years ago, and I actually hurt my back, and that's why I stopped.
And that's only 3. You could pick that back up again.
Well, I'm still to this day.
Yeah.
I'm still out here. I got the Disc Boys on TikTok, and that's got like 2,000 followers with Victor.
No shit.
And me, we're like, I wouldn't say we're famous at Blue Ribbon, but we're definitely well known.
What do you guys do?
Pictures,
like trick shots or?
Yeah, we done trick shots. I've done basically like a vlog of like a hole or something. I've gotten a lot of close aces, chains. Like there's one at 153. Me and Victor hit back-to-back chains in the same like video. It's pretty sick. Like we're good.
Y'all are gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
link in the
Disc
description.
Boys on DISCBOIS.
All right,
and
there you go.
You might have seen us around.
Maybe. I didn't honestly. I didn't know that about you, and we've.
Yeah, I've actually hit you up a while ago, a long time ago, like probably 2-3 years ago, before I was actually like into it like this, just to like go, because I knew you still, a lot of people fell off, but I knew you were still playing in like the PDGA tourneys and stuff, and I just started doing that this year.
Okay.
And I kind of fell off because it took a lot of my time. I was putting a lot of time and effort into those videos and shit.
And you got new ventures.
I say next year we all go to fucking Base Ribbon and just rage our faces.
Yeah, I was very big into like, I was there all summer long.
I don't know how we didn't. It's mind blowing to me how we didn't run
I saw
into
you
each other.
one time during the Thursday league, and I think you were the card in front of me. But like you guys just kept going, and I'm not one to like go out of my way to like reach out to people. I let people do their things, you know.
I will run up.
I wish you should have. But it's like, no, when I was there, I know I'm so into it. Like my
I'll
vision,
see you from a mile away, and I'll run up to you
on the course.
I am
and
as
honestly,
a person. Like I like letting people have their space.
Which is good, because when I don't know, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But
You're
when I'm there, brother,
with,
I've played there probably 100. Not 100. Oh my goodness, a couple thousand times, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I like could be on hole 4, and other people will know the whole layout of the course. That like hole 7 was right here on the other side of the woods. I had no idea.
No, it's crazy. Like you were actually like right in front of us. You teed off with Michael, and me and Michael were cool and stuff. And like he actually like ran back to the shop. And Victor was like, "Is that Tschida?" And I was like, "Is he throwing lefty?" That's exactly what I said. I was like, "Is he throwing lefty?" And then I was like, "That's definitely Tschida." Like I knew it was you. It's just like I'm not very good at like sparking conversations.
That's why me and Tony are opposites. Different way, completely like.
I know if Hoodie was there, it'd be
completely different scenarios. Like, I'm not like super in the frolf game, but like. I go to like EDM shows. If I see someone that I think that I even know, like I see a side of their face like at a show, I'm talking like other side of the venue, and I think I know them, I'm going over there. I'm gonna go say it was good.
But that's like a personal thing in my head. It's like,
no, that's okay though.
It's like, do these people still like me? What was the last thing we left on?
Even if you don't, you know what I mean? If we left on bad terms, I'm like, we're at a show right now. I'm fucked up. How you doing, bro?
This was about a year ago, and like that's how in my head I was. But like now, to this day, I probably wouldn't be like, oh, sorry,
you're good.
But like I feel like I have so much more confidence in myself, so. For me to reach out to you in that setting, I might have felt like I might have been in the way. Like he's doing his thing, he's focused. Like I'm not trying to like intrude. That makes sense, you know. Though. Even though it was a Thursday league and it's pretty lax and stuff.
At that point, it's like a respect thing.
When I go there for a Thursday league, I don't expect anybody on any other cards to like pop out to me and be like, "Hey, bro, blah blah."
It's like if you're like at a serious competition thing and someone just comes and they just want to talk your ear off, and it's like, bro, like, dude, perfect scenario. Yesterday I was getting a tattoo. There's this guy that hangs around the tattoo shop because he knows all the artists.
Oh, I hate this.
He came, nice guy. I'm not even that mad about it, but dude, I'm like my last hour, so like he's sketching over. It's starting to get painful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want anyone in the room type of thing.
Yeah.
This dude seriously did not leave the room for like 30 minutes. He's like talking to my artist, and I'm kind of like, I'm pitching in like here and there, but I'm like, bro, you should probably just go away because my hand hurts and I'm getting tattooed right now, and this is my session. I'm paying to be here, so go away.
I feel you on that because,
and I don't know you.
I've had bad experiences at all my tattoos except the one on my arm that I just recently got. And shout out to fucking Sacred Cider and Parlor in Minneapolis. They're like 10 minutes away from your house.
Also, shout out Tattoo Asylum in Spring Lake Park in Blaine.
It's a all girls owned and ran shop.
I love that.
It's fire, and like it is very like inviting.
I'm gonna go get an ass tattoo there.
I feel it felt like home. Like it literally
That's
felt
what girls
so
do. They
good.
make it feel like home.
I enjoyed my time there. It was the first tattoo that I actually got. That was a good experience.
Before you jump into tattoos, so are you like sponsored by anyone, like golfing wise or disc golfing?
Yeah,
he sponsors himself.
I'm sponsored by Chuck. Yeah,
Tschida Co.
Minnesota's premier. Let's go. Now I'm sponsored by
Shout
Chucker.
out the company.
Yeah,
shut them out.
Thanks, brother. Minnesota's premier tree and landscape. We do snow too. I got you.
Yeah, we'll put your links in the bio.
All right. All right. Well, yeah, I'm sponsored by Chucker Disc Golf. It's more just a buddy of mine. Well, I guess we became buddies after disc golf, but yeah, he sponsored me and he covers a tournament, a big tournament out of the year, whatever. Nothing huge, nothing crazy, but
that's still pretty cool. I mean,
it's still,
I could have a fucking plumbing company sponsor this podcast, and I'd be amped about it.
Take it.
Do you my big thing is like why I didn't like become better than what I was is because my tournament game compared to my practice game was totally different stories.
Did you practice a lot?
Oh yeah, every fucking day.
Really?
Every day.
So what do you think got you?
My nerves, the thoughts in my head. Like I would go and play a practice run and I'm just having fun and I'm killing it. I'm dialed. But then a tournament comes in, I'm like, I got to make sure my steps are in.
Drink a couple beers, man.
I got you on this.
You know what I'm saying?
Get a couple beers.
Preparation. Because here's the key. My very first, I was that guy, Angie at Blue Ribbon would always talk about it. I'd either shoot lights out or I'd be trash. There was no in between.
Yeah.
Nope. And I've played a lot of tournaments and you'll look at it like I'll have 1,000+ rated rounds and I'd have 900 or less rated rounds, you know? And the difference, I think, for some reason, the only tournament that I did this on, it was my very first pro tournament I ever entered, 2018. It's called the Earth Day Open, and they were holding it at Bethel University at that time.
Oh, I love that course.
Kale Leviska, shout out Kale, love you, buddy. He was putting on that tournament, and they had him and Danny Polk and all these Prodigy sponsor guys playing this tournament, and that was my first one ever. And before that tournament, I prepared very well. I went to the course. I planned out every shot with the wind, the way that it was, and if it switched, what disc I would throw, things, whatever. I wrote it down. I wrote down every single hole that I would do with winds and whatever disc I would do, and then I sat and meditated that morning on every single hole and imagined and visualized.
And what's
doing
your definition
everything.
of meditating?
That tournament, my very first pro tournament I ever entered, that one, I finished 6th. I wasn't even professional, or like,
that's crazy.
You get paid cash
actually,
in pros.
That's crazy.
You get paid cash in pros, and I was an amateur at the time, so I didn't classify myself as a pro. So there was the list of the top guys who all got the cash outs, and mine had a blank space by the money because I didn't collect. So
it should have said
amateur.
Tschida.
But I'm telling you, that was the one time I prepared mentally.
It's crazy
you know
though,
what I mean?
because like for the people who don't disc golf, like Kale is a Minnesota guy. He made the Preserve. He's a course designer around Minnesota. He's designed a lot of courses, but Kale is actually like really fucking good.
He's a pro tour pro. He's huge.
When I played at Bethel, the birdie battle, I played at the birdie battle. He killed every single person on that card. And that's with professionals and under. And like, I'm not going to lie, like I was playing pretty good in the first half, but the second half killed me. I was probably gonna finish top 10, and that's fucking solid out of how many hundred people that are there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like hundreds of people.
Yeah,
there?
I got 6 people on my card, and there's 18 holes. So like I was gonna finish good, but then I just got caught. It's fucked up though because I was hungover as shit. I was about
still
sometimes that works.
That was bad. No, yeah, it does. It does though. It does.
Sometimes you feed off that. Like,
the only thing that sucked is like I needed fucking water. It was a hot ass day. Yeah. I was dying. Victor was there with me. We both like pulled through. But like I swear to God, I would have been in like a top ranking if I was actually on my shit.
Yeah. And then so what?
I was just sloppy.
Does Bethel University have like a sick course or something?
Yeah. It's very nice.
I think it's one of my favorite courses in the state.
I love the way the landscape is. The trees are nice, but then it comes out by the ponds and the roads and stuff. It has a little bit of everything.
I love frolf and I love golf. Like golf. I didn't play for like 10 years, then Tony may go play, and I'm like, dude, I'm shooting like shit. I'm getting a couple like nice one for every 5 like strokes or whatever. Like I get like one good one and I'm like, fuck yeah. And then like and just like being out in the course, I'm like, dude, this is beautiful. Like I'm just taking in the land. We're having a couple beers.
The disking is different to me. I don't match it up with golf. The disc
depends
golf,
on where you play. I think
I have more of like a love for disc golf because of technicalities that I bring into it. Like I'm big on like consistency and like being the best player I can, and I can bring that into disc golf.
Right.
But when it comes to golf, I kind of lose that.
And then I wanted to say like one more thing. I think we're gonna start doing this every podcast. Party story. We brought Bethel University. Do you remember the time we went to Cowboys in New Brighton and we went and sat down with a table of random girls?
Oh, yeah.
All those girls went to Bethel.
Uh-huh.
So me and Travis were chilling. I don't know, this is what, half a year ago, probably even more.
Yeah, not that long.
And I'm like doing a single. Travis is like, let's go talk to some females. I'm like, okay.
My man.
And Travis was like, there's a big table full of girls. There's no guys there. Let's just go sit. And I'm like, all right. So we go sit there.
Got the wheels.
And like, they were like, like most people probably a little thrown off right away, but we just like worked our way in there, started talking, and then Travis was like, let's order some Patron shots for the whole table.
I didn't come to that decision.
Whatever.
That girl, remember the one girl?
Well, she finessed it. I don't know.
She finessed it.
But we get these shots. We get these shots, and we all do them, and then we're talking. Like it's not going anywhere. Like we're not getting anywhere. So we go sit back at our table. Like an hour later, this server comes up and is like, "Here's your tab for those shots," and they're Patron shots. So the tab was like $800, including not our other tab that we already had. And I was like, I don't even know. I don't remember if I paid it or you paid it, but like, I was like,
no, we figured it out. But
we did, but it was just funny.
The problem was the girls, those girls from Bethel, where I had an issue with it was like, they just expected it. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm like, I'm just a normal dude. I'm not
we
like
were sitting there at the table, like, you got it. It wasn't even a money issue. It wasn't.
We were fine. But I think the funny thing is too is we probably were expected to pay because we also did just go sit down at their table.
Yeah, we did a little. But she wanted the shots. I swear to God, that was not us.
I think
she wanted that, ordered them, and then just expected to put it on us so that her and her friends can go laugh Red Riding Hood down the street about it later. You know what I mean?
I think no matter what, we were going to pay for them regardless. We did go sit down at their table. We had your conversation, but it just wasn't going anywhere. I think they were like really young too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're 21. I would hope.
I mean, they were there. They were there.
They're at the bar.
Yeah.
They got in there. But yeah, good times, man.
That was a good time.
But
no, that's a good spot. I gotta piss again too.
Do it.
Yeah.
Take a break. I'm gonna go play some piano or pretend to. Get on the mic about it.
Hoodie's yelling at me to yell at you.
Yeah, because I don't like to yell. I'm non-confrontational. Sorry, people.
Little minion.
Neither am I, but I will if I have to be.
You will. You're pretty stern at sometimes.
It's like the only way.
Not a bad thing either.
The only time I'll like yell at people is if it's like if you really push me making me yell at you.
Which is easy for me to do.
Like, no. I'd say
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the fucking day, I would yell at this kid as soon as he talks to me.
Whoa.
Why'd you drop that Hershey's bar, you
I don't even like Hershey's.
Dove.
Oh, I love Dove chocolate.
So fire.
Good. And they like has like a little like love note.
yeah, that's my thing. That's what keeps me going in the morning.
It's like some fortune cookie shit.
Like, I love you and everything that comes with you. And I'm like, you're so sweet.
You're the best.
Just like this chocolate.
But
literally
sorry,
sweet. It's sweet.
off topic. So
Right back into it.
All right, where we at,
so
Hoodie?
did you say it? I don't know if I heard you correctly, but the disc golf thing and the pregnancy thing connected at some point.
Ooh, it kind of meshed up. Our first date was on that Vision Quest disc golf course.
What?
Shout out Vision Quest.
Shit, his vision.
Now
was
this Vision
questy.
Quest, like, do you have to like do psychedelics to like play there? Or what?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, if I'm involved.
It's the first thing that it says on the
When we were
sign-ups
talking
when you
about
go
it
on the
earlier,
board.
I didn't even like
You
put
must
that
take
together.
this tab of
like,
acid or you cannot rent golf
never
carts.
again. I'll never do that
Nope.
shit.
Nope.
By the way, there's not many disc golf courses that rent golf carts.
No, that was the first one that I've actually been to that had the option. Like, you can bring your own, and they have the option to give you some, but not anymore, folks, because
They give you the option to pull with your own
It's
golf
a
cart.
lot. down
after
here.
the manager left.
Yeah.
They give you the option.
Yeah, that's true.
They give you the option to pull with your own golf cart.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm sure-
they allowed.
Do they do that at golf courses too?
Well, the thing
Mike
about
just doesn't
Vision
give a
Quest,
shit.
the thing
You do
about
whatever you
Vision
want.
Quest is it was suited for golf carts.
It was
For sure.
psychedelic for golf
Blue
carts.
Blue Ribbon is not suited for golf carts the whole way through. Like, there's definitely
It gets grimy in there.
for
For
the
a
little bit.
maintenance. For the maintenance, Blue Ribbon is set up for golf course or golf carts for maintenance.
Exactly.
So it's not like a golf course where it's like, yeah, carts can go all through 18 holes. No, not at all. Like, Vision Quest was still a little iffy.
Yeah, they had it. You did the trails with the mulch.
Yeah.
and that was huge.
I'd
Whereas
say now it's like you're lucky to get through some of that shit.
you're lucky to even get to play there anymore.
Yeah. The
But-
first 7,
Yeah,
solid.
very solid. But no, so it messed up, I guess, in that sense. But because that's the dream that I was chasing after I came back from Nashville was disc golf, and
There we go. We're
Yeah.
getting deep now.
oh yeah, this was the good part. So let's keep going. I mean, it's all
My hair
good. Don't
looks
get
so
me
bad.
wrong, but deep
Let's
is
skip
deep
to
is
the
where
good
I
part.
live. Deep is where I live. I love the ocean. But anyways,
Scared.
so scary. So many things you don't know about.
So big.
Oh, so many random facts.
We'll
Even
get
like,
into it.
all right, we're not getting into it.
Later.
Why?
Later. You know that we know about 1% of the species in the ocean that lives.
Oh my
That's
god,
what
we're
we
getting
know
too
about.
deep.
You just said
You
to get
just
into it.
said, let's
That's
get
his
into
fault.
it.
That's his fault. All right. So yeah, it tied
Get
that
outta here.
aspect. All right, we're gonna go back to coming back from Nashville.
Finally.
All right, whatever.
God.
Jesus, holy smokes.
This is an official podcast.
Yeah. So I was losing my shit, but I slowly got it back together because I fell in love with disc golf. I chased it. I managed the
And
disc
the
golf
chick.
course, and I worked at a bar, Max's Bar. Shout out.
You worked there?
I was a bar back.
Shut up. I used to barback too back then.
Dang, y'all like Barback brothers.
Yes, sir.
Dude, barbacking, all you do is
Yeah.
stock the bar and do coke in the background. We're cutting that out.
No, we're not. Woo!
Truth is truth, homie.
Quit,
Sorry.
quit fucking making me edit shit more
I'm
because
kidding.
you're scared.
I'm kidding. Keep it in there. I don't give a
He's
fuck.
killing me with
all
this
this is
shit.
good. All this, this back and forth is good. It's good
But
for
but
you.
not only did you fall in love with disc golf and stuff, but you also were in it with a girl.
So I was
Mm.
working at the disc golf course, and then I go bar back at night. I was staying busy getting my shit together again. Yep.
Grinding.
I started to get to a really good place, and it showed because I met someone. She came to Max's one night. Her and a friend. Oh, God.
Cheetah.
I swear there was like a light shining over this woman. Like, oof.
Is it because she had blonde hair? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's usually how it goes, bro.
Doesn't take very
She
much.
was wearing the halo.
Yeah. So then we went on a date the next day. It was kind of funny too, because she, the next morning she couldn't go out right away. 'Cause she said some stupid excuse or reason, but turned out to be that she woke up in her own piss. That's how much they were
I was
drinking.
like, that's hot.
I was so wasted last
that's
night.
embarrassing, but y'all know now. It's all right. Whatever.
Hey, most
you
of the
drink.
Yeah, I've done
I've
it.
never
You drink,
done
you
that.
get stupid consequences.
I've done it.
I've never done that. Ever.
You've never had one of those dreams where you're like, oh yeah, I'm at the bathroom
Ooh.
taking a nice
Fuck
solid
no.
piss, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I'm dreaming.
I have
There was
never,
one dream I had where I peed off
Dude.
the side of a boat.
It feels so
It was
good.
my air
in your
I have
mattress.
never woken up from a night of drinking
It
in my own
feels
piss.
so good. Dude, okay.
Ever.
If you've ever dreamed about pissing, it feels 10 times better than pissing in real life.
Woke up like this.
And then you wake up and it's a little warm, it is a little cold.
I've never
and
done
then
that.
It's bad.
I've
but,
never.
but during the process, it feels good.
Yeah.
See how everyone's like, oh, you smoke cigarettes. Yeah, I used to piss my pants too, and then I turned 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got out of the diapers.
Even when I'm in my dreams, like I don't just go smoke darts. You know what I'm saying?
You probably still wear pull-ups.
Yeah, because smoking darts ain't like a natural thing. You know, pissing is natural.
Oh, and they hit me with the organic shit. Okay.
Yeah, I smoke e-cigs now because I'm
All right.
natural tobacco nicotine fiend.
We're getting way off topic.
No, we're on topic. You're just being a B word.
I'm in the hot seat right now, and I don't like it.
You are.
Quit. Get the.
This is Travis's pod, not ours.
You look like the Vikings right now.
We fucking won. Let's go.
Yeah, but you look like you're getting shit on right now. What's up?
He's always going to pull out with the victory.
You know what? Cut the pod. We're done.
Walk off. I dare you.
I'll break this mic right now.
Good. That means I don't got to have you on. I can just have guests.
That's messed up.
No, we love
But-
you, buddy. Can't do anything.
I'm sorry.
without
We
you.
keep getting really off topic.
No, it's all good.
I don't even know where we were.
We were coming
We
back
met
from
this
Nashville.
girl,
Hold
and
on.
she had a piss
I know where we
dream or
were.
something.
Yeah, no. So that's how it tied in.
She
I
has
was
one of
running
the
disc
wettest
golf
dreams
course,
of her
working
life.
on Max's. I met her, and then there's a bigger story with that too. When I came back, like following my dreams, everything I was doing in Nashville, I had a lot of people in my ear, my dad, everyone who was like, "Hey, why don't you settle down? You know, figure it out, find you a woman, find you this, whatever. You know, get a job, whatever." So I did.
Do the normal thing.
Just, exactly.
Yeah.
So I did the normal thing with her, and I had no idea what I wanted or nothing. I had no idea about myself. This was the first love of my entire life. And I dove right into it, and it was honeymoon phase to the max for like the first couple months. And then we ended up moving in with each other too after like 3 months.
Bad idea, champ.
Dude.
Slow down. Everybody out there,
But
if
not
you're at your
disc- not- but
3
not-
month phase.
But not discrediting because you got 2 beautiful kids now. And
I
that's
do.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
I do.
I'm not
Yeah.
discrediting that. I'm just saying, get an apartment first. But like
Just-
after like
no.
5 years of dating.
Date for a while.
yeah,
Figure
dude.
each other out.
Put some time and effort into
Yeah.
this relationship.
But also, I do understand too that like sometimes that
Spoiler.
shit just takes off. Like,
It does. And you just,
you
whatever.
get lost
You're in the flow,
sauce,
you're blind.
man.
It's blind love.
well, also
Lost,
you
bro.
said too, it's your first love,
Mhm.
dude. When you first experience like love, it's like a drug, dude. It's like
100%.
the
I
best
got a
Molly I've
song
ever.
about
It's like the
that.
best Molly I've ever popped, like type of thing.
Yep. And that's what it was.
And
And I ran.
Tried a lot of good Molly.
I've only
Shout
did
out
it
to
once.
me.
I don't know much about it.
but
Hey, Tone.
but yeah, so that happens.
Yeah. And then we come to find out over time that we really had nothing in common. And then,
Isn't that usually how it goes?
you know what
though?
I'm saying? Yeah. So it was fading.
Opposites literally attract a lot.
So it faded. A lot of things happened where like I gained a lot of animosity towards her. And that's
Yeah.
like how I treated her. And then how she treated me in response, like in the situations, like a mirror effect. I don't put all the
Yeah.
blame on her. It's my fault.
Neither do
too.
I with
You
my
know what I
breakup
mean?
either. Like
No.
it was a 2-way thing. You know
Exactly. It was that timeline that just
I
the
think-
sand ran out, you know, but
I
we
think
tried
also
to keep it
too
going.
like opposites do attract, but you can't be completely opposite. You need some of the same interests, or
For
not
sure.
even like a girl that she might not be interested. Like let's say like I was started dating a girl. She has to be like 100% and positive about me doing this podcast and me being open and talking and putting it on the internet. You know what I mean? Like she
Mhm.
can't.
Even as far as like past endeavors and relationships and shit that's talked about, like that shit's in the past. You can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
like
You can't hold me accountable for like the things that I went through.
You know I did your roommate, but don't worry, that was last year.
Right.
Okay, that's different.
Sorry.
He's a little fucking slut bag or something over there, but
I feel like that's a little Peep song.
No, it's actually a Skizzy Mar song.
But like I feel you in that aspect, but it was
last year though. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's got to be like a little bit of agreement there. You know, like you can't just go fucking my best friends.
Well, no, even too like
hoodie.
Honestly, like shout out my. I don't do that.
You just admitted it.
No, it's a part of his song.
That's
but
what I
also,
used to say too when I was a bad child.
No, but also like I give respect to my ex.
Fuck bitches get money.
The fact that she put up my shit for as long as she did, I applaud her 100% because I know I'm not the easiest person.
Yeah, me fucking.
And I say the same thing to you. You know,
I love you too, Tony. Okay,
I applaud her. Dealing with your shit is like goddamn.
Hey, it's gotten better over
like
years.
A fucking
okay?
litter box, man. That shit just don't go away.
Never.
You gotta clean it, dude.
Yeah, even though you clean it, it still smells.
Fucking light a match or something, dude.
I'm trying to light this blunt, man. Get rid of these toxins.
We get so off topic, but
I'm so lost.
I love it.
I know.
But no, it's real life shit though. So like,
yeah.
But
anyways, we left, like the toxicity started, right? Because the timeline ended.
Yes.
You know, the sand ran out. Yes. And we just toxic. But there was still love there, you know? Like that was my first love, and I'm a traditional guy. Like I want to believe, especially growing up in a divorce, I wanted to believe that there was a way to make it work, you know? Like there's a way for people to learn and to grow, to get, you know what I mean?
Question. Did you not believe in love? Because I grew up and my parents were never married, so I could like see people, like my grandparents are like my biggest, I look up to them a lot. That's real love, but like I also like, I was too young to understand, like, I think everyone was just faking it. I'm like, love is not a real thing.
I don't know if I still know what love is.
No, I believe in love, but like, what I'm saying, like,
I believe in it, but I don't think I know.
Before I experienced it, I didn't believe in it at all.
It's a weird topic for me because like people dish that word around like it's nothing. Like hoodie.
Right.
How?
You just be like,
I say it to you because I actually love you.
I love you to everybody.
Well, only 50% of the people I say it to is true. Sorry
okay,
for the other 50%.
If somebody says I love you to you, do you say it back just because that's the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not.
You'll never say it. You don't ever say it ever.
I say it when I mean it, and like
you'll be like I appreciate you. And I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Okay, because it's like
might be the same thing.
Because like how many times am I gonna like dish out I love you to all these people, and then eventually it's gonna become this numb thing in my head that I just say to people like, hey,
I love you.
That's like
you at the window. I love you.
Hey,
that's a cool thing in itself too, though.
You know, so like to me, it's like, are people losing the meaning by dishing it out to people they don't actually mean it to?
I don't know. I feel like you have an infinite amount of love to give, and the more.
Or am I just being a fucking hard-headed motherfucker?
Also, I think there's a difference.
Trying to put a definition on this
love in a box.
Also, no, what you're saying is right, but also I think there's a difference between being like, I like you and I love you, because I used to think that I would like fall in love with like any girl that gave me attention at all.
Facts. If you hugged me, I was in love.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
But it wasn't that. It's more like I like you because you actually are into me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So am I now just realizing that there's different forms of love and different.
We're breaking.
So let me ask you,
different.
What do you show differently? Sorry about that. What do you show differently between someone you like and someone you love? What's different?
To me, wait. Can I answer this before you? Sure. From the outside looking in, from him saying it to somebody he likes and somebody he loves, there's no difference. That's what I see.
That's the point I'm getting at.
And we're talking about like just.
That's just what I see.
Like female and female and like in.
Yeah. I'm saying just humans, just. People.
Oh, okay. I had a really good question. I really answered for the other one, but.
Because I don't say I love you to
actually,
females.
no, I have a really good answer.
Unless I mean
I have a really good answer.
I don't say it to
just people
bros.
in general, which it's like a halfer, but like if you can call me at 3 a.m. and I don't feel like answering the phone for anybody, I'm talking to anybody, and I still answer, I truly love you and I care about you. Like, actually. It's the people that it's 2 or 3 a.m. and like you don't answer. It's like, I still like you. I don't even want to hear, which is also kind of like because there's times where like I do love people and I just don't answer, but like depends on like how I'm like what I'm going through at that point. You know what I mean? It's such that's such a hard question.
Yeah.
Actually.
Can I also add to this? Like, even though you might have those friends that are that close to you that you love, that are like that person that you can talk to all the time, I think those people should also get the
respect that I didn't answer because I probably had something going on.
Yeah, like the leeway of like, yo, I'm kind of going through my own shit, and like right now I'm just
I need
not
sleep to
able
settle down.
to answer.
Yeah,
like so. You might be like best friends, all this shit, but like you gotta allow your best friend to go through those dark times without you,
honestly,
because you're not fucking helping.
Honestly, I appreciate that you said that so much, because I didn't want people to like think that just because I don't answer your phone call sometimes means you're just like a whatever to me. You know what I mean? Like I do care. It's just like, dude, there's just days when seriously I won't even answer my mom. Like,
bro, there's days where you don't even.
I love my mom to death.
There's days where you don't even want to answer your fucking self. You wake up and you're like, I wish I was still sleeping. I wish my mind wasn't even here. I wish I was just like, I don't want to say the words dead, but like that's what it comes to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like when you're sitting there after one of those nights of drinking, heavy drugs, all this shit, saying those I love yous to those friends that aren't actually those I love you friends, it's fucking draining. Now you got to keep those connections.
I think too, it goes without
too much.
It goes without even saying, but like, dude, you know who's your like homie, and you know, and you know who's your acquaintance.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not even saying that. I have some really tight acquaintances. It's just like, but we're not there. You know, like we're not like where. You're not. To me,
you're
like you're not.
The same path.
You're not in that group.
I think for me is like for me to actually see you as somebody that's like in my tight group is that I have to connect with you on a personal level, one-on-one.
Yes.
Not a group setting. Not
heart to hearts are a real thing.
Literally, dude, like that's where you meet the real me, and that's where like I know Hoodie can back this up. Like, I will do anything for him and like give him anything that I can to like help him succeed. But you need to know me on a very personal level
also
to get that.
I do know that. It's also like when he doesn't say I love you back, like I don't even sweat it because like I know he's still got my back regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you two are cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like you guys. You got good hearts. I like where your mind's at.
But like even with you, like right now, the connection we built before this podcast is already something that makes me want to like keep the connection
we just
with you.
I agree.
The biggest comeback in NFL history.
It's not just like, oh hey, how you doing? We're partying together. It's like we touched in a different level of like the mind.
We touched down because the Vikings won.
That's that too, but like that's kind of
right.
That's the connections I like keeping with people are the ones that actually mean something to me. It's not like, oh, we know each other and we're cool with each other, so I like you. No, it's like I like those connections, but the ones that actually like stick with me are the ones where it's like we're gonna build something, and I can talk to you one-on-one outside of this party and you understand what I'm saying and I understand what you're saying.
And I think a lot of that credit, like I said in the beginning, I give it to God, because look at the timing and just how it all happened. I hit you guys up about an idea, or hit Hoodie up about an idea I had about a podcast, and it was randomly like, hey, you trying to be on a podcast? That was today.
Yeah, well, see, another thing
that was today. And then you two just so happened to be together, and then fucking coming over here, it's like, it just all happened. You know what I mean?
And
so
that's
I feel like it's
how it
in
started
line.
With me and him too, because there's literally one day where I was talking to other people other than Hoodie about the podcast, and that same day Hoodie hits me up. He's like, yo, you trying to run a pod? And this was years without like talking.
Right.
Like
That's what I was about to get into. I was just saying, is like true friends too. Like I could not talk to you like me and Tschida. Like, dude, I'll hang out with this kid for like a month or two, and I won't see him for 6 months. But
there's no hard feelings.
There's no hard feelings. I just like
we always pop back like brothers.
We always pop back though, and
then
and when we do come back together, it's like we just left off. Like we just There's no like,
and we grow so much in that.
There's no like
time.
animosity or anything.
No,
like that.
nothing like that. Because we're just we're on our journey. We're learning. We're growing. We're going out. Like when we're here together, like we're here to grow. Like we always have those conversations. So when we're gone for those 6 months, we're just in the journey. You know what I mean?
And sometimes,
and then we come back and we just kind of just dialect everything, you know, and just go through and process and nitpick things and just figure things out and grow.
Allow people to like become their own person and stuff.
Exactly.
And also too, and like you really don't. That's also why like when people like break up and shit, they want to take sides. I'm like, dude, you can't do that because you weren't there. You have no idea. That's why, like, when people,
that's the worst.
when everyone, like, when people get butthurt about, like, oh, dude, he doesn't hits me up anymore, blah, blah, like, dude,
shut the fuck up.
Who knows? Dude,
I have no idea
like,
what's going on.
Like, dude, his girl probably cheated on him, and his dad died, and whoever died, and blah, blah, and, like, we have no clue because we don't know. We were not there. We're not in his mind frame.
Mm-hmm.
We're not him or her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So think first before you
and
talk shit
let me
people.
say
That's
so. Let me like.
I got so much.
We
on
are
that
not
too.
perfect people. We are just saying like how we want to be. Like we're trying to become this perfect person that Hoodie just explained is like allow people to have their problems.
Yes, sir.
But we are not that person. But we can only try to get better.
And that's the thing.
And
it's not about
you gotta
like
allow people to try.
I don't think it's about becoming that perfect person. I feel like it's just being
Progressive.
open and vulnerable about who you are and what you go through in this life. Because you are not alone.
I suppose
it does. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I guess I said that a little bad. Like I'm not saying a perfect person.
Well, we're always
like
trying
I'm
to
just
strive
saying
to be better.
like
you're
to be
aiming
to be
you're
the
aiming
person that you
to
see in your mind.
Yeah.
And the person you see in your mind is perfect to yourself.
Yeah.
So technically that perfect person.
That's why also too is
perfectly imperfect.
Yes.
Maybe
I don't really like do
Yeah.
like when bad shit happens to me. I do not process it or feel it till months later. Because I'm the type where if bad shit's going down, I feel like I have to be like the one to keep everyone grounded and be like, we're going to be good. I know this sucks, but we're good. And then like 2 months later, then I fucking break down.
I hate him for this.
Because I like to go cry by myself behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Which Tony's been helping out. Tony's been helping me out with it a lot lately. He's like, dude, it's okay to feel, dude.
100%.
Feel.
I only hate him for that because it's like I'm a big person on like allow the emotions that are happening.
I don't want
it.
I fight it,
and he fights it, and that's the reason why.
It's because he has a different role.
I
feel that role too. It's different.
It's like
a lot of people are going through things and they need that truth. They need something to carry them through what's going on. And if that person isn't there, then they're an emotional wreck.
I partially
and they're not
going
to be able to get through what they're getting through as quick as they could.
I partially fight it, and then I it's like I fight it and I duck it like I'm boxing. Like literally, like nah, these feelings aren't getting to me, bro. Like hell no. Like I'm gonna keep moving. Like I'm bumping, I'm ducking, I'm weaving, I'm whatever.
Yeah, but do you feel like you're purposely doing that?
Oh,
is
yeah.
that just
oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Because that's just like
100%.
I think I still have like a lot of like I have a lot of my mom's traits, but also like I have a lot of my dad's traits. Also, my dad's the definition of we're not feeling
avoid.
Like Hoodie's not a heartless person. It's it's more like
I do care.
It's more like the time in the moment. He's like, we could be having such a better time. Let me be that time.
Yeah.
And like help you guys become that better time. It's not like he does it intentionally to like piss people off.
No.
It's just like, guys, that's not the vibe. Let's get back on the good vibe. You know, that we
And I'm not even
on.
trying to duck like when people are downside they want to like face it, I'm like, I'll be there for you, but also like I'll let you have, you know, your hour, 2-3 hours, and I'm like, we can't sit here like this all day, man. Like,
yeah, and I think he's been getting better at that because it used to be almost instant when it was like we got to be better, and now he's
we got to be gooder.
Leeway time of like we're humans, you know.
Well,
not
also
everything's perfect.
in the past year, I've gone through just like a lot. Like this past year has probably been the most up and down in my entire life. Like, actually. And there's been some big ups and there's been some very big downs.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, it's helped me grow as a person. And I kind of love it. And they say the male brain is fully developed at like 25, 26. I'm 26 now, and I kind of get what they're saying, honestly. Like, I'm on this wave of, like,
be good.
Yeah, like, be good, but also, like, life is fucking rough, dude. But also, it's about what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're having the terriblest day, it doesn't mean if you want to fold into that and give into that, you're gonna still continue to have a shitty day. Guarantee it. And you might even still be positive and still have a kind of a shitty day. But
my mindset has changed my life.
Literally.
My mindset has legit changed my life. Like, my life has not changed. My mindset did.
Mm-hmm.
My life is literally in the exact same spot that it was years ago. It's just the difference that I know so much more and I believe in myself.
And that changes everything.
I feel like my paths are like, I have unlimited paths. My life is going wherever the fuck I want it to.
Where you put it.
Right. So I'm allowing myself to believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I had those dark moments where it's like, I'm not good enough for anybody. I'm not even good enough for friends. That's why the fuck I love being alone.
Yes.
Like, I became so in love with myself and in love with my alone time that I can now allow other people in.
That's
I like how we got like into like mental like.
Well, no, that's good because then when you get to that dark place, you have two options. You can either pout, you can sit there and whine and
continue,
pout and think you deserve something or this and that, and you're going to continue to suffer.
Yeah,
things aren't going to come. Or you can say, "Fuck this! I've had enough of this shit."
Until you get off the couch,
myself up. I'm going to go whatever, and that's what makes it. That's what gives it all its worth.
But
and
also,
that's when things start to manifest in your life.
Get off the couch. So
that's the easiest way to say it to people is like, get off the fucking couch. But like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you though. Like, it's not an everyday thing where I power through this fucking sadness and like just go to it.
And to like when you're like in that
fucking battle every day.
When you're in that dark realm too.
Shout out David Goggins.
It is hard to get off of that couch. Believe me, I've been there multiple times in my life, but dude, like trying is good. Like I was like when I was in high school, dude, I used to hate on people for trying. And now it's completely like 180, like literally like
I can tell you right now, this is a factual thing that's going through my head to this day, to this morning, to everything that's happening right now. One of the only reasons why I continue to do what I'm doing is because of Hoodie.
Like, you love me, dude.
I know it sounds like
you love
whatever,
me.
but like the only reason why the podcast is here is because of him. Like, I am definitely the fucking engine. I'm definitely the engine pushing this thing to go. But Hoodie's the one.
I'm throwing like a match on it though.
Yeah,
you know what
like
I mean?
Hoodie's the one keeping me going, because if it weren't for him, I'd be the only one that I have this to do for myself. Yeah. But like the fact that I have somebody else that I need to meet standards for, and it's not even like he holds me to standards. I put these standards on myself for him, and I'm grateful for the fact that he is here pushing me to do these things.
I appreciate that.
He's not pushing me. But one day.
Let's go to Vegas tonight. We'll get it done.
Hey.
But I like how we touched on the mental awareness and shit. I appreciate you too, bro. Should we get like into like the music stuff a little bit and talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Where do you want to take this?
There's not very much on the music side.
I think you are I
want to take this more closer to now, I think. But you go ahead with what you're going to say.
Well, no, I just think you're a man of many talents, and I just think music's one of them. So, I feel like we haven't touched on it yet.
I love music.
And we just went off and we were about to cry for a second.
I don't know what this is.
Sorry.
I'm still in this point of trying to figure out who I am and what I'm meant to do. I do know it's somewhere along the lines of teaching, whatever, helping people wherever that may be, whatever avenue that is. I'm still letting it manifest because I'm still figuring this all out to this day. And I don't think it's going to stop.
I don't think that ever stops for anybody.
No. But I think I'm getting a little closer to my path, because that was always my thing. Is I was always jealous of a lot of people. Like, you see these 20-year-olds on the football field who just know what they're doing the rest of their life. You know what I mean? And like, for me, it's just like,
but you know how fast that can be gone though, man?
No, that is true. But it's just like,
they don't know anything.
You don't understand.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Moment,
when I let it go, when I let things go, like disc golf or whatever I'm doing that I have this focus on, I feel completely lost. Like, I have nothing.
True.
You know what I mean?
But also, you got a lot of hobbies though, man.
I do.
Hey,
but
you're always doing something.
Trying to fulfill that space, though. You know,
I can relate.
But I'd rather have something.
I can relate to you 100% because from Hoodie looking in, I have a lot of hobbies as well.
Yeah.
But I
don't.
can tell you, none of them has satisfied me enough to want to keep going.
And that's the thing, brother, where we're at right now, and how cool this is, because I've always known that I had to be in a space where I could speak and get to people and explain my story.
This is why,
in a sense, you know what I mean?
That's why
and we haven't touched maybe like a tenth of the space. Like, we're
not even close.
No,
what you're saying though is too. That's why That's why I wanted to do this podcast, because I want to build a platform for people to not only promote themselves but also like spread awareness, be a good person. I want to talk about come up stories. Even down stories, or getting out of down,
that's more of the key for me, is to focus on, honestly, is the down, because a lot of people get stuck there and they don't talk about it.
It's hard to get off the couch,
man. They think they're alone. They think you're alone with all your thoughts and all your darkness and all the shit.
People don't want to ask for help either.
You're not,
dude.
Yes, but
I'm right here.
Take help, talk, explain. Seriously, be vulnerable. You'll be so surprised on how many people can relate.
Some people
I know this podcast just started, but the amount of stories that I can relate to people on and help people through is insane. We haven't even touched on a percentage of the knowledge that's in my head
right now.
Because I've been alone by myself. This has nothing to do with people around me and everything to do with who I am in my head and the battles that happen.
It feels a little frustrating right now, because I wish I could get everything out right now. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
It does. It feels a little frustrating, but we know step by step we got to take it.
When she was talking about how he's being blessed, really, I feel blessed too, because I was blessed enough to come from a really good family setting. Even though my parents didn't get married, I mean, my mom's side is we're so fucking tight.
Yeah.
So fucking tight. And so I think I'm definitely blessed in that way, where I'm when things are tough, I can call or see anybody. I think the worst is when I was down bad, sometimes I just don't want to talk directly to my mom, because that's my person. I don't want to see her me like that. But I can hit up any aunt or uncle or cousin or whatever, or even my grandparents.
That's good that you have that, but that's not the same for everybody.
That's what I was saying though.
Your outlet
I appreciate
that's crazy.
I appreciate
that's crazy that you actually have that.
But also where I was going is just because you didn't come from a great family setting, I guarantee you there's someone out there, whether that's a student counselor, a teacher, a friend, which I know there's some scenarios where that's not the case, but I guarantee you there's some help out there for you somewhere.
There is.
And honestly,
but it's hard to go look for it sometimes.
I know, I get what you're saying, but advice to the people who are looking for the help is to literally do not let time be a factor in the help you need. That time is relative to your problems, and the problems you are going through, I can almost guarantee you, I'm not going to say this for sure, I can almost guarantee you within 6 months to a year from now, if you think about that problem in your head, it's almost going to be irrelevant to who you are now.
That's why I love come up stories though, because there's a lot of people that weren't blessed like me. They had nothing, had shitty parents, whatever. But they just rose to the occasion.
Keep fucking rowing.
Keep talking, keep going. And they're fuck that. Just because I was dealt bad cards doesn't mean that it's my end.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna end up like these people. Like I'm gonna like make some of myself out of nothing. They got nothing. They don't even got like fucking shoes. Again. You know what I mean? Like, so like I'm a big underdog. Like even today, like watching the fucking Vikings down 30-0. Don't give up, dude. Ever.
33-0 at the half.
You got 30 feet. You got 30 feet of water.
Let's hear it.
You're drowning. You want to keep.
What you got? You look like you got something to say.
Well, I was smiling on what we were.
Because
exactly
I killed
what
it.
we're talking about right now, and it was just the idea that we were preaching earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to speak to those underdogs.
Right.
I want them sitting next to me. I want to listen to their stories.
This is your story to introduce you to the world, basically.
So the come up is on the up. It's not a come up, but it's an up.
Yeah.
So
we could call it that.
I want to give to people a little something that I did. So I've been prescribed Adderall for a very long time in my life. And as I've been going through these up and downs, when I was on this drug, I felt like...
It's not a great drug, though, dude.
No, it's not. When I was on this drug, I felt good, right? I could go out,
I went to treatment
party, I could go play softball, I could go do whatever, I'd be jacked the whole time. You know what I mean?
Super talkative.
But what it did was it masked these real problems that I had. And I believe that with a lot of pharmas. You know, sometimes you have chronic pain, you can't help. You know what I mean? And pharma's just going to make your life better until the day that you die.
Most scripts are not great, honestly.
No, but it was masking something that was going on. So I made a decision to quit because I wanted to just be sober. I wanted to deal with whatever was going on because the more I delayed it, I felt like just the more I delayed it. So I better face it right now, you know, the demons. So I quit. I dealt with it. And I had to find ways to get energy back in my body, to get good thoughts back in my brain.
That's why I feel like you have a lot of hobbies, though. So
I do. And when I lost hobbies and things and like all that was gone and then the relationship ended and the kids and everything that was going on, I just was...
Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do?
I had nothing left in me.
Just to put this in perspective to people who've never taken Adderall and like been in this situation, taking Adderall is basically your energy for the day. It's like your coffee.
It's legal meth.
It's like your nicotine. That it's different because it's like if you don't take it, you can't function as the societal person that you think you are.
I went to treatment for when I was 16, dude.
It definitely can take a hold of you if you let it control your life.
Yeah.
Moderation.
I had to wake up with it, get the buzz off it before I started my day, and I knew that wasn't it.
What did you do? Did you like work out at all or anything like that, or like?
No, I didn't.
Just cold turkey. I'm not doing it.
Cold turkey. I decided. Yeah. Well, actually, what ended up happening was it started to get bad on the withdrawals. I started to get really bad thoughts and things that it was just not good. So I couldn't be on it because it scared the shit out of me.
Well, also this shit makes you just so focused. It doesn't make you, I think it makes you so focused and it blocks out all the like
the tasks that I needed to get done today that are like big task in my head are getting done. Doesn't matter who the fuck's around me, no emotions. Like,
but who wants to live like that?
That task is getting done. Like that's the end of it. Which is
good, but also like you're not.
I don't have any emotion towards the task.
You're basically a robot.
It's just getting the fuck done.
You're basically being a robot.
Yeah.
But no, just
prescribed by your doctor near you.
It's
your government facility.
It's a bad drug. I don't like it because I believe God made us for a reason, the way that we are. And if you're feeling bad, there's not a pharma fix to it. Figure out what's going on in your life and straighten that out.
I'm big on like promoting people to holistic doctors.
100%.
And it's kind of funny because trying to push my friend to go to a holistic doctor, and they just went to one after 6 months of getting test after test after test. Answer within the first fucking appointment.
Really?
And I was like, what did I tell you, bro? What did I tell you? I was like, you got to believe in the things that aren't normal nowadays, because the things that we are taught as kids are not the correct things.
Well, even what you were telling me about, like going to see a chiropractor and like a masseuse.
Yeah.
Like how like the first time you went and got like a legit massage, like you cried.
Dude, Oh my God.
Because you had like so many years of built up stress just relieved.
I legit could not stop crying. Like I was like,
I want to get a massage
I was
right
like,
now.
holy fuck. Like,
with a happy ending.
Insane,
I've dated a massage therapist
it
for 4
honestly
years.
felt so fucking good to me. And like the relief it had on my body, and I didn't even know my body could like
hold that kind of stuff,
predict or like make my emotions become the way they were. And having a massage and going to the chiropractor, like going to the chiropractor is not a one-time fix. It's it has to be built for you. But getting a massage, I recommend everybody to do this because it relieves so much stress that you don't even know.
Just like hearing about like your experience though, like I was like, fuck. I still haven't gotten got one, but I'm like,
it's not gonna work the same way for everybody.
No.
Like I went to a spiritual excuse me. I went to a spiritual, like she did Reiki type stuff, sound.
Like was she like talking?
Like, she was very in touch.
She did,
yeah, a little bit. Like she did reflexology, which is like foot muscles and stuff. So she'd feel with the foot, and then the feet can tell you where a lot of the stress is throughout the body.
See,
because
don't be afraid of feet, people.
Your feet can tell a lot about like where your pressure points are and how much stress you take on in parts of your body, just depending on the way you stand.
Is this why people have a
posture?
Is this why people have such a big
supposedly,
foot fetish?
Supposedly, I have a foot
cute
fetish.
Feet.
Exactly.
But that's where it's all at. It's
no.
One day I told the squad, I was like, someone asked her like, do you like incorporate feet like when you're in the bedroom? Like, I mean, yeah, to an extent. And ever since then, I guess I'm the guy with the foot fetish. I'm like, no, most good looking females are just not like females in general just take care of their feet. Why would I not try and incorporate that in the bedroom? I don't know. And then ever since this was like 4 years ago. Now ever since then, I guess I have a foot fetish.
Yeah,
which I don't. I'm just not scared of them.
I know. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not.
They're painted.
I'm not against
feet. They're painted. Like they're feet. Clipped nice. Probably even.
They got to be taken care of, and not my feet.
No, not my feet at all. Like not my feet at all. I actually have a not prescribe. I guess I have a subscription to Manscaped.
Oh yeah.
So like the trimmer for your balls, but
yeah.
So they send you a new blade once every 2 months, but then they usually give you like foot deodorant or even like
they got foot stuff.
Or even
I
like
thought they just had ball stuff.
Dude, no. They got ball wipes. They got foot deodorant. They even I think now are starting to do like we don't get into it too much, but like like with your subscription, they send you like some kind of like cleanse, whether it's not just your balls, like it's your feet, face, like whatever. So shout out Manscaped. You guys want to promote this podcast? Let us know. I still got the lawnmower 3.0. I get a new razor every 2 months because they send it to me, and it only costs me $25 for once every 2-3 months.
That's so good. I got 3 of them, so I'm a big Manscaped fan.
I also take Hims for my hair because there was a point where, so when I was like in a relationship, I didn't have long hair anymore. I was kind of starting to look like a dad, and I had a lot of people like looking at my hair and they're like, "Dude, it looks like your hair's kind of thinning out." So then I got on Hims, which is like I think it's called like Filesterine or Filesteride or something like that. I take that once a day, which it's a little spendy, but like. Look at my hair now, bitches.
You look like a little surfer boy.
This man,
out
Hoodie,
he's got some nice hair.
When he was in a relationship, his name was not Hoodie. It was Austin. It was Austin.
Austin, Michael.
And now that he's like not in a relationship, he's back to Hoodie, and like he looks like Hoodie. He became a total different person.
But also too, like I still took.
Not gonna lie.
I still took in the. I don't regret the relationship at all. I took in the good stuff. But the thing is, I was getting too far away from who I really.
It wasn't him. At the end of the day, it wasn't him.
In the relationship,
I could see it. I could see it.
Who you were.
And the thing that sucks,
I got so far away from who I really.
The thing that sucks about it is like I kind of like set that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of helped him into that relationship.
Who did?
I helped him.
You did.
kind of. I wouldn't say like I set it up. I was more like the go for it.
Yeah,
get in there.
Tony,
like,
dude,
you know what I mean?
Dude, Tony's the reason why the way I am. He's the one that like.
But he had a good outlook for you in it.
I know, but like
he was
true.
He was just being a good friend.
Like I
probably in his heart, he's like,
I was always like a party goer, but dude,
but he's like, I can't.
This kid's the real reason.
I gotta support.
Like, why I got all like cray. Let's be real.
Like, wait, what do you mean?
I'm interested.
You know what I mean,
cray,
dude.
Cray.
Like, we're in high school. Like, I was always like, yeah, I like to have fun, shit like that.
Oh,
but, like,
yeah.
Then we started going to like Tony. Tony knew like every party to go to, all this, and he's like, dude, just go for it, full send. Like, so like when he wants to hate on me and say I was a dick back in the day, in reality, it's your fault. What's up?
It's kind of funny because it's actually true. Like I kind of bred Hoodie to be the Hoodie he is and the savage he was.
Like when
that was my fault.
Like when I even like lost my virginity, dude.
That was my fault.
You were just like, dude, just go do it.
That was my fault.
Like, okay. And after that,
I swear to God,
that actually happened.
No, that's big fact. That's actually facts.
After that, then like Hoodie was formed, and then
like that night, like I swear, like building up to that night, I was always like, bro, you are so much more than you think you are. Like you just got
a shy boy,
right? He fucks one night, and then after that, it was like fucking wild.
Hoodie was born
ran loose
straight out of the womb. Look at him.
I did that. I made that.
I'm proud. Good on you, because he's turned into one hell of a fella.
It's kind of funny. Like it's actually true story. Like I kind of like bred that kid into like coming out of his shell.
Hey, everyone needs someone.
It's crazy. Like it was honestly like I was that drug dealer that everybody knew. Like that's why I knew where all the parties were, everything that was going down. Hey, tell Tony so he can bring the weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like anything like that. Like I was never. I always thought that people didn't like me because of like things that I would do, but then also hanging out with those people, I would be validated as and like he's a cool kid. But then it never like settled in my mind because the connections were never really real. It was like he's here because we want drugs.
Yeah.
He's here because he knows where the party's at.
Yeah.
Like that's why he's here. It's not because we enjoy him.
So you take away those drugs and the party and
the
interaction with those
Right.
So you felt that way anyway.
I felt that way the whole way fucking through it, even though I was selling drugs to make money, not to make friends.
Right.
So it was completely different in like some people's eyes, I suppose.
But the friendship was a good accommodation with it, right? Or I mean the feeling of friendship.
Yeah,
right?
the feeling of like being popular was definitely a great feeling, but once you wake up the next morning and understanding that like the only reason why people want you there is for the things you have and not because of like who you actually are, sucks.
Well, that's why even too like with like the aspect of the week thing, like when we were young, like dude, seriously, like, I would walk into parties and they'd be like, I know you,
guy.
Like, and girls would either be like, you're a pig or can we be in it?
Right.
Thing.
Bruh. But know what? Fuck all you guys that judged us for that shit because it wasn't even us that
got that
wanting to be in the pit. We started a movement and everybody else wanted to be a part of it.
Actually, I stole it from someone, like one of my buddies.
That's big facts.
Shout out Chadilek. But like,
hey.
But the fact that here's what it was. Like I was saying, like girls that are like, you're a pig or can we get it? The fact that they even brought it up and we're talking about it, you're still talking about it. So like whether it's good publicity or bad, I don't care. You still know me.
Right.
So,
and let me rephrase that. I'm not saying fuck you guys for it, but like honestly, fuck you guys because like
you're mad.
We started something and it was very fucking controversial in a lot of people's eyes, and the things we were doing were not I say they weren't the best.
If you can get the parents, if you can get the parents to hate you, you're on something.
I definitely got punched in the face for some of these things that happened.
I remember that.
So like
you did.
I got what was coming to me, But fuck all you guys who liked it
and promoted
and
it.
hated it at the same time. That's what I'm trying to get at. Fuck you.
Are you still doing like karaoke every at TTA?
Not as much. No.
Well, I think that's the last time I saw you.
Did you do that shit with my brother?
Yeah.
He's a big karaoke guy. Huh?
He is, and he's way too good to be sitting at home working at
Dad's
company. You know what I'm saying?
So like, I don't know much about him. We don't talk.
God.
And
Tyler pisses me off to the core.
And he's like, I know he's got a good voice, but I don't know if he can make music. But I know if he did, it would be greatly vocalized.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and I say your name. I'm not saying this in bad light.
It's all good.
Because I love you to death. You've been a best friend of mine forever, and I've tried to carry him as much as I could. You know, like hooking him up. I got song albums sitting here, so trying to push him to sing, but he could just never break out because he said it's not what he wants. You know what I mean? Which is fine in the aspect,
all about letting
but it's
go.
Just like, dude,
just doing
that guy has a voice that is...
Bro, he's singing
unreal.
Non-stop at my house.
That's even hearing that pisses me off even more, dude.
You know,
get up off your ass.
When I'm going to the bathroom at 8 a.m. Hey, she thinks my tractor's sexy.
No, I makes me even more mad though,
songs,
because low key, you guys don't get along that well. But in reality,
would.
You would.
You should. You really would. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think there is a big brother mentality. Like as I've gotten older, I love my little brothers to death. They're the best. As we've gotten older, it's gotten better. But like, I legitimately have apologized to them all the time because I'm like, I used to beat the fuck out of you guys like bad, and they're like, really? I don't remember it. I'm like, you don't remember it at all? Because I fucking remember it. Because dude, like I would like beat them up, and then I'm like, dude, they're like 6-7 years younger than me.
I would appreciate that, but the fact that
we don't need to get into
they don't remember anything that's happened or the reasons why we are the way they are.
But I do though. I do remember
is what makes me not want to talk about it, because it's like, if you forgot about it, then I'll forget about it, because it obviously wasn't a big deal to you.
Well, also too, like,
but it's like, am I in the wrong at that point for not allowing them to like understand where I'm at?
Well, also too is like, they are amazing kids, like both going to college or straight A students, have jobs. Like, I don't worry about them at all. So maybe beating the fuck out of them was the thing to do. I don't know, but they turned out all right, and I beat the fuck out of them, and I said sorry about it, and they're doing fine, and I don't have to worry about them. So maybe beat your little brothers up. I don't know. Like, they might turn out all right. Who knows?
I think it's a natural thing to do that.
No,
my little brother's the same way. We wrestle
smart.
Around. It's what you do.
Oh, dude, I was ruthless.
You got to toughen them up. It's a tough world out there. You got to get them ready.
Also, they were... So I have multiple like siblings, but like like my main brothers, not saying that anyone's a main, I like loving them more than anybody. Love all my brothers on my dad's side, but on my mom's side, they were twins, so they were super annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two of them, and I would beat the fuck out of them. Anything we didn't cover, anything we want to get into, you want to shut yourself out, maybe throw your ads out there. Future plans.
This will just be.
This is not the end of.
Travis will be back
to talk about. This is
there's
the start.
Yeah,
this is like a third.
So I guess that makes me not really know where to end it. You know what I mean? Because maybe it's for a future story.
Well, maybe at least like throw like
throw like your company, your ads, like what you're doing, what you're about to be doing within the next couple months.
All right. So things to look out for with me right now. We're just going through the snowplow season, and come this spring, we're going to be going hard with the tree work and the landscape. So if you or any of your family knows, and one big thing about my company that we offer that others don't, I offer a 10% cash referral bonus on any job. So I'm talking like, you set me up.
So hit us up in the DMs, people.
It's real money, because if your neighbor just comes out, just like a tree falls down on their house or on their yard or whatever,
which happens,
they need it done. It's going to cost $5,000 to get that done. You get $500 just for saying my name. That's big money.
I'm saying your name right now.
I know, but I like to give back. That's what I like. And you know what? I'm not that greedy. I like work. So just if you get it for me, I will definitely treat you. I'll make it worth it. But come the spring, we're going to be going hard on the trees, hard on the landscape. And I'm here for you. I'm just a guy, just running a company. You know, you talk to customer service. It isn't customer service. You're talking to me. I'm running the company. I'm climbing the trees. I'm doing the job. So that's
my man.
That's me. Minnesota's premier tree and landscape.
He's out here. There's more endeavors to be talked about as well.
For sure. And I really appreciate you boys having me out. This has been a blessing. It's been a dream. You guys, I just want to mention, like, even your company and being in the middle of you two and this energy and this circle and what's going on and what you guys are doing, seriously. And just your techniques and everything you guys are doing and who you are. It feels so comfortable. It feels good. Y'all are amazing.
I think too, like, it's like a little bit of like a big brother thing. Like, we both have known you for like a long time, so like,
right? Yeah, it adds to the comfortability. But I mean, any time like with this is my first time sitting down, talking into headphones and everything that's going on. I felt excited, but there are obviously those nerves there too.
Oh,
but the nerves, like, they completely went away.
Good,
like, just, I don't get it. But it was just, I said I don't get it, but I get it because these two are amazing at what they do.
Right.
They're starting something that's really good, and it's down the line and the path of what they're meant to do with themselves. Like, they're right where they're meant to be right now. And it feels
that a lot.
It feels good.
And these dudes work their asses off. You know, Tony especially, he's just good looking.
I'm just good looking. I get 50% of the guests on here. Hey, I can talk though.
That's true. That's all facts.
And I do make enough money to like invest in the company. So
yeah, a couple bucks.
Sure. Yo,
exactly,
like,
a couple bucks.
I'm gonna end it with this. Like, there is no way possible that I wouldn't be able to do this without the people beside me and helping me. And like, there's so much more than Hoodie helping me, is even like the people that are little just trying to like support me, that are like actually good homies. I appreciate that. And like, I appreciate everybody who's watching this right now. This is actually going to be our 4th episode of video pods. So we are actually shooting this not in line of how our pods are going to be dropping. We're shooting our first video pod tomorrow.
And it's in a sick venue, bro. We got a piano in the background. Let's go.
Honestly, I appreciate everything you gave us and the opportunities that we talked about, and everybody else who is giving us these opportunities to like show everybody else's talents other than my own.
Go promote people. And if you have an idea or something, get off the couch. Go do it.
Hit me up.
Go be good.
No, hit me up.
Live your life, not anybody else's.
Hit the fucking Gotta Be Good podcast, and like, we will help you build those dreams, because that's what this is.
Before we end it too, can you throw your Instagram out here, like your because I mean, I don't know, you're always out there like on your disc golf thing. And
no, my Instagram at Travis Tschida. It's spelled TSCHIDA.
Yeah, we'll put that in the bio for you.
Yeah, it's a little funky, but just call it Cheetah.
Yeah.
But we're signing off. Go be good. We're about to get fucked up probably. The Vikes just won. Should we get some like strippers up in here?
Time to sell it.
Gotta be good, hoes. Oh shit, my bad, boys. That's not supposed to be dropping till next year.
All right, I got my phone down here, boys.
Yeah.
All right, a couple minutes.
Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in. It was a wild one. We'll do it again. Tap in.
We got 3
Keep
lined
talking.
up. We got 3 lined up for tomorrow. Peace.